It's time for high school football, presented by TISD and Cox Communications of Tyler. Brought to you by Dairy Queen. Also brought to you by these sponsors. Get ready. High school football is just ahead.
And the league captains, Preston Hill, Jacoby McKenzie, Matt Uzel, and also the center, the 239-pound senior Andrew Bailey, who played and shared time last year at safety, at the offensive line at the center position. The only returning offensive lineman with any kind of experience on that team, but Gary Fleet always, Kerry Ainsworth finds a way to kind of rejuvenate another one.
Yes, that's right, Smokey. This is a very inexperienced and young team, and the jury is out on just what kind of team this is going to be. But you can rest assured that they will be well coached and ready.
No question about it. And these are teams that get better and better as the season progresses. Again, the officials tonight, the umpire or the referee, James Gilbert. Let's hear what he says. Teams are shaking hands, meeting at midfield.
Okay, captains. You're the captains of your team. We expect you to take control of your teams, okay? Let's have a good ball game. We've been waiting this for a while, so let's have a good one, okay? Hit hard, get back up, and we'll go at it again, okay? Chaminade, you won the toss, and you have elected to receive. And Lee, you will kick from the goal this direction, okay? Gentlemen, let's turn around and put our backs.
All right, that is, again, referee James Gilbert. It's the Tyler chapter. Umpire is Gerald Alexander. Linesman is Greg Parham. Line judge Mike Jones, and the back judge is John Teague. Again, Chaminade-Madonna wins the toss. They want the ball on what is kind of the northwest part of the stadium, which is near the field houses.
The lead captains, Preston Hill, Jacob McKenzie, and Matt Uzel.
The DQ Caramel Latte Resistance Test.
Begin.
Oh!
Okay.
The irresistible new DQ Caramel Latte. Gooey caramel, rich coffee, and creamy DQ soft serve. DQ, something different.
Cool off during Don's summer savings with a free Golden Brook ice cream party pack. Buy any freezer from our huge selection and get this ice cream party pack absolutely free. For a limited time while supplies last, buy any refrigerator in stock and get the free ice cream party pack plus these additional Dairy Pride items. Ask about our no down payment, no interest, and no payments financing. Only at Don's TV and Appliance can you get same-day delivery guaranteed and free ice cream party packs. One more reason, Don's is your get more store.
Chaminade-Madonna is on the field. Lee is about to go through their big helmet, the tunnel with the smoke coming out of it. Chaminade-Madonna did lose their starting tailback, James Jones, who had 1,115 yards and 11 touchdowns a year ago. They averaged 267 yards in their first 10 regular season games and 33 points. And they also had a plus +4 in the turnover margin. For Robert E. Lee, again, that 3-3-5 type style defense. The defensive ends will see a bunch of different names. Both of these new starters, Colby Ray, the senior, and junior Roderick Brown, 6 foot 191 junior, Ray 5'11", 190, a senior. We'll see Taj Lee, Carlo Lawler, and Jensen Rule as well. The defensive tackle, this guy's a good one, Jacoby McKenzie, a key tonight, has a broken bone in his right hand. 55 tackles and 4 sacks last year, 6'1", 256, and perhaps a Division I recruit before it's said and done. We'll see a ton of people. Jerry Reed loves to rotate people at the defensive tackle spot. Linebackers in the middle, George Faber, 5'11", 208 junior, Michael Wall. He wasn't playing football last year, a 6'1", 215 senior, and Matt Uzel, who was a huge factor in that defense for Lee a year ago. He came in and stepped it up, allowing to change where Cole Skates played on defense. He's a 6'2", 213 senior. Justin Hanson, the bandit, along with Jonathan Moore, they'll rotate a tad. Justin 5'8", 205 senior. The corners, Adrian Beard, 5'9", 160 junior, and Quet Nicholson, a returning corner at 5'10", 174, a senior. And then the safeties, Tim Hyder, who was going to start at corner, starting at safety, replacing the junior Takarian Cuba, who's out with a knee injury, and Jeremy Moore, the rover, at 5'9", 160, a senior. Also, we talk about the loss of a guy like Cole Skates for his defensive ability, the quickness he had, but also the kicking game, Randy. He was tremendous, had a great leg. Josh Burke, pronounced Burke, spelled B-O-R-Q-U-E, a very good running back on the sub-varsity team last year, a junior, 5'10", 188. He, along with Joseph Cleaver, they got to figure out who's eventually going to be the kicker, but Burke will kick off for Lee in their red uniforms, the white numbers. Number 3, back deep for Chaminade-Madonna, Akeem Auguste and Willie Floyd. Here comes Burke, will kick at the 40, squibs it along the ground, picked up by Chaminade-Madonna at the 25, 30, and they'll have pretty good field position at about the 33-yard line. On the stop for Lee, Jonathan Duffy for the Red Raiders. And Lee defensively now, early on against DeSoto, they struggled a little bit with the size and speed of DeSoto, but they settled down when the game kind of got going. Huge start for both these teams. The buildup has been amazing.
Well, the key, David, is how Lee attacks this running attack for Chaminade-Madonna, and if they can make hits in the backfield, then they'll have some success.
Guandolo is the quarterback, remember. Wing T behind him. H-back on the near side. Dawson, the tight end on the near side. In motion, Aiken. Long count, Guandolo, quarterback keeper up the middle, maybe got a couple of yards to about the 35, and Roderick Brown was there, and of course in the middle, big Reggie McKenzie. He is a guy that makes it active inside. 2nd down and 8 for Chaminade-Madonna.
And Guandolo just takes the snap, and he just falls right off the tailbone of his big center, Quentin Maynard, 6'2", 240, right in front of him, and he picks up a short gain on 1st down.
So Guandolo, who last year carried the ball 29 times, gets the first carry. Lee really stacking up the offensive, the defensive line with a 4-man front now. 2nd and 8, this is the big fullback, Stinson, squirts out to the 40, 41-yard line, gain of about 5.5 yards, and Adrian Beard, the corner, comes up, the junior, to make the stop, and here's a 3rd and 3 now for Chaminade-Madonna.
He slices off the right guard. Ryan Goldman makes a nice clear out block on McKenzie in front of him, and also Emiko Wankwo, the big right tackle for Chaminade-Madonna, with a good block as well.
They got the big tackles, Ferguson and Wankwo, both 290, 275. 3rd and 2.5 for Chaminade-Madonna, just outside their 40, heading towards the eastern part of the end zone. Guandolo to Stinson, close to a 1st down. I think he is very tight. Nice job inside from McKenzie and George Faber. The mark has him just a little shy, just outside the 42. They need just near the 43, and I think he's going to be about a football short. And they've got the big fullback. They hammer away up the middle for a gain of about 2.
And Roderick Brown made a nice hit at the ankle area, as well as Michael Wall as well, to help on the tackle on the short gainer for Chaminade-Madonna.
So they bring the sticks out. Again, the officials, the referee is James Gilbert. Our spotter again this year, Kerry Ainsworth, Jamie Lynn on the sidelines, and they are about a half a football shy of a 1st down. And hey, you don't come all the way from Florida to Tyler. Mark said, hey, we're going to pull out some stop, Smokey. We're going to try to get some momentum early because we're on the road. We need something good. We're not afraid of these guys. We've played good people. We've traveled against good people. We need something good early for momentum. Lee has brought in number 78, the 260-pound junior, Royce Lee, to bring a 4-man front here. Crowd on their feet. 4th and about, let's say, a half a football for Chaminade-Madonna. Double tight set. Split backs behind Guandolo. Lee with a 5-man front. Guandolo, quarterback keeper, leans forward and has the 1st down at the Lee at their own 44-yard line. He kind of found the back of his center, then snuck off the left-hand side behind Nardelli, and a 1st down for Chaminade-Madonna at their 44.
He calls his own number, and very wisely so, because there's no misconnection, and Guandolo does pick up the 1st down after a short 1-yard gain.
So 1st down for the Lions. Justin Hansen was involved there. Has come back on the field because Royce Lee was in there for short yardage situation. Chaminade-Madonna with 10-10 to go in the first quarter, opening possession at their 44. Split receivers in the slot this time. Gongora, deep pitch left-hand side. Willie Cook, around the corner. Willie Floyd, and he picked up about 6 yards on the sweep that time. Student body right. Tim Hyder, the safety, comes up to force him out of bounds at the 48-yard line.
And the pulling guard from the right side in the ball game, actually number 69, made a nice block for Chaminade-Madonna. Give credit to Joe Dawson, 6'4", 275. He's in the ball game, and he makes a nice block on Roderick Brown for Robert E. Lee.
Talking to Mark Wandolo earlier today, they've got the big offensive line, 290, 250, 240, 272, 275, plus Dawson at 275. Kind of like having a third tackle. They want to try to lean on this undersized Lee front line, but the people have done that before and not been successful. Wandolo tight end near side. Outside they got Stinson. He turns the corner. Nice job on the outside. What a great tackle that time by Jeremy Moore, the rover, as he got up and avoided the stiff arm and brought Stinson down.
Oh, he did a great job. He took him one-on-one, man-oh-man, and he just bulled him over. The stiff arm did not work as he grabbed him around the neckline and shook him down very quickly.
That is the Lee speed. By the way, Adrian Beard comes to the sideline talking to one of the defensive coaches, that is Willie Williams. Mike Owens gets Justin Hansen in the game on this particular down. Third and about 4.5, 5 yards for the Penn State-looking Nittany Lions of Chaminade-Madonna High School. Third and let's say 4 at their own 49-yard line. 3 minutes into the first quarter. In motion, that's Kamar Aiken. Guandolo takes the snap, play action, sacked at the 40. Roderick Brown, the junior, came off the pulling guard and did a great job and knocked down Guandolo for a loss of 8 yards, and Lee's defense stiffens.
He comes right through the attempted block of Quentin Maynard, the center, and just whips him to the point of attack, David, and he gets the quarterback as they were going to attempt to throw the ball down the field, but Guandolo could never turn around and make the throws. He was caught from behind for a big loss of 8.
These coaches at Lee do a great job, but Willie Williams seems to find more at that defensive end position than anybody can imagine. Here's a nice punt by Palacios. High punt, hits at the Lee 35 and bounces backwards, and now headed towards midfield and downed by the Lions at the Lee 45-yard line. This is going to be less than a 10-yard punt, 17 yards. Marcus Jackson was back deep for Robert E. Lee. Here comes the Red Raiders offense. Now think about this. They have lost 84.4% of their offense from last year. That is 4,963 yards that they have lost, with the losses of Josh Hill, Tyrone Ross, Peyton Price, and others. Walter Simpson, and of course Tony Bush and some others that have been lost. John Giles not back this year. He had some yardage. First and 10, Lee at the 44. The stretch, Jason Williams, left tackle, breaks a tackle, midfield, first down, 45. Inside the 45 to the 41, gain of 15 yards and a first down. Lee up front. Jake Kirkpatrick, the senior, Chase Carlton, the guard, Andrew Bailey, the center, Mario Trimbles, 290 junior at guard, and John Landis, the sophomore, Tyler Fleet, the tight end, the junior. Jonathan Williams and also Jacob Amy rotate with receivers like Michael Fuller and Cruz Fry, Nathan Tucker, the fullback, and also Michael Mason, the tight end at times. Jason Williams with just over 700 yards rushing his first 2 years at Lee. First down at the 41. Wingback counter, Jason Williams, nowhere to go, cuts it inside and will gain about 2. Got a couple out of nothing that time as Chaminade-Madonna defensively made him go inside, gain of 2.
The initial first down play, David, a great pulling block by Mario Trimble as he just cuts out the linebacker out from underneath his feet. That was Santelises who could not make the tackle, and the tackle was made by Augusta.
Up front for the Lions, Diego Palacio and Daniel Abramovich, the ends. Greg Hayes, a stud at tackle. The outside linebackers, Santelises and Kent Lancey, Cleo Edwards and Josh Corliza, the middle linebackers. The corners, Akeem Auguste and Alex Blucher. Safeties of De La Gao and Smith. Preston Hill hands it off to the fullback Tucker. That's the play that Peyton Price made so famous for about 6 down inside the Chaminade-Madonna 35 to the 33. And Preston Hill running the offense. He's been wanting to do this for a long time. It's third down and 2.
That quick trap play gets a great block from Andrew Bailey as he puts a good helmet on Greg Hayes and turns him outside, allowing Nathan Tucker to find the hole and skim on down close to a first down.
We'll get a feel from Jamie in a moment on the opening drive of the Red Raiders on 3rd and 2 at the Lions 33. In motion, Fleet, the H-back, lone setback, Jason Williams, play action, Preston wants to run, in trouble, gets around the corner, avoids a tackle, 30, first down, steps out of bounds. Boy, they had him dead to rights in the backfield, but Johnny Santelices missed the tackle, and a gain of about 4 yards and a first down for Robert E. Lee. Jamie, your first impressions?
Now, nice stand by the Robert E. Lee defense on the first drive, first 4 plays for Chaminade-Madonna up the middle, net them a first down. You could see where their strength was important, but then they try to go to the outside, and the Lee defense uses their speed to shut that down. Nice job forcing the punt.
Lee throws so many things at you during the game, and it's first down Lee at the 27 of Chaminade-Madonna. Straight up the gut, Williams, right guard, breaks a tackle, 25-20, first down. He broke the tackle of Kent Clancy and then went into the secondary, ran into the safety, Smith and De La Gallon, a gain of 12, and the sophomore and juniors, John Landis and Mario Trimble, the new big uglies on this team, with a nice block on the right-hand side.
Thus far, initially, Lee is winning the war of the trenches, as we mentioned at the outset. That was going to be the key for this team. And, of course, Mike Owens has really loved running the football when he has a power back like Jason Williams toting the pigskin.
Closing in on the midway point of the first quarter, no score. Lee at the 15-yard line. Here's Williams, left tackle at the 15, breaks a tackle inside the 10, close to a first down at the 7. Oh my goodness, he took a shot at about the line of scrimmage against Cleo Edwards and broke the tackle down inside the 10 to the 7. It's second down and 1.
And Red Raider fans are going to love Jason Williams, and we got a good glimpse of him last year. Ran for nearly 700 yards, made some nice catches out of the backfield on swing passes, and a great touchdown against Lufkin, as we recall, but he just powers his way forward for a gain of 9.
Michael Mason is checked out on this particular play. Lee will go full house backfield, well actually split backs, Williams and Tucker. Williams gives it, or Hill gives it to Tucker, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage, will not get back to the line of scrimmage. He just kind of couldn't find any room that time as he was running behind the big old left tackle who pulled Jake Kirkpatrick. What a story he is. Last year played at Grace Community. He was a great basketball player, and then all of a sudden said, you know, I'm not going to be able to play college football or college basketball. I'd like to have a chance to play football. Grace at the time did not have a football program. They do now, losing their opening game 54-20 last night. Comes over to Lee, has a chance to play for a heck of an offensive line coach in Gary Fleet. Here's a big play, 3rd and 1. Lee stacks it on the left-hand side. They run the stretch. Williams at the 5, breaks a tackle, has a first down inside the 5 to the 3, close to the 2, but a first and goal for Robert E. Lee.
He just finds a hole and gets a nice block up front from Bailey and Carlton and Kirkpatrick. As you mentioned, they push back on that left side with some power football, and Lee is on the verge of breaking open the scoring for the season.
This team now, again, a lot of players trying to step up. We saw Roderick Brown on defense. We've seen Nathan Tucker. We've seen some other young players having a chance to do something right now, and it's first and goal, Lee at the 2. Full house backfield, Williams at the end of it. Jason, left tackle, leans in, touchdown, Robert E. Lee. 4 minutes and 54 seconds to go in the first quarter, and Jamie Lent, not a bad way to start your opening possession.
No doubt about it, David. We talked earlier in this broadcast about the strength and power of Xavier Stinson on the other sideline, but Jason Williams on that drive showing you he's got some strength as well, running guys over. He finishes off with a short touchdown run.
Jamal Mitchell, a sophomore, had one of the key blocks in that particular play. Lee gets a man on late on the extra point attempt. This is Joseph Cleaver. First time he's done this. Here comes the snap, here comes the hold, here comes the kick. It's up, and it is a big kick for Cleaver. He needs that. He got a little more confidence. So does Lee. They're up 7-0. 4:54 to go first quarter on KTBB.
Hi, I'm Whitney at Mike Powell Auto Group, where if you give us a chance, we will save you money. There's still time to save with Employee Pricing Plus on new Jeeps. You pay what we pay and not a penny more. If a new Mazda is what you're looking for, save on Ultimate Zoom Zoom with the Mazda S plan exclusively here at Mike Powell. Now is the best time ever to save on new Mazdas and Jeeps. Help us fight hunger in East Texas. Come take a test drive and we'll provide enough food for a hungry child for a week. Mike Powell, going the extra mile against hunger.
In the game of life, there are no timeouts, only time wasted. The path you choose now determines your future. But where can you go to find a sense of purpose? There is a place where team spirit steps off the field and into the classroom, where no victory goes unnoticed, and there's no such thing as wasted time. That place is Tyler Junior College, living life in color, never black and white. Come to Tyler Junior College. We're changing the game. We're changing lives.
Back at Trinity Mother Frances Rose Stadium in Tyler, it has been a long day. My goodness, the 4 o'clock game started late, had to get canceled second half. This game didn't start till well past 9 o'clock. And Randy, Robert Lee's first possession, they take it all the way.
They do, David. 9 plays, 56 yards, and 334, with Jason Williams taking it over for the initial touchdown of the 2005 campaign, and Joseph Cleaver adding on the point after.
Wouldn't you think it's fair to say that last year's team, which could wind it out when they needed to, remember those 12 and 15 play drives, more of a big play team, the long chance to go the distance at any time. That was a very nice confidence-building drive for Lee. Here comes the kickoff, a little pooch kick. De La Gal at the 30, and he's got to get out, and he does in a hurry. What a great job by 38, Chase Allen. Again, one of the great things about a team with a lot of players coming that are gone is you find some new guys. It's a system. It's a program. And Robert E. Lee with a 7-0 lead. Here comes Chaminade-Madonna. They got a little taste of it. Had a pretty decent drive that was halted by the sack of Guandolo. And they will start this drive at the 31-yard line.
That's the key. You mentioned that Lee now has a program, and they have it built into place. And you know, they just reload with speed. The last 3 or 4 years especially so, they've gotten more and more speed on the field.
Don't forget the Kid Jones Convenience Store's halftime report coming up, but that's a little ways down the line. Guandolo double tight set to Stinson off right tackle, breaks a tackle outside the 35. He is a fire hydrant. Adrian Beard, that's the second time we've seen the corner come up, and not afraid to put the helmet into the shoulders of Stinson. 5'9", 225 at a gain of 5.
Stinson went behind the right side of his line with Amika Wankwo making an inside block. Michael Wall had the first initial contact, but he plowed by him, and he's brought down by Beard and company.
First down, get 5. Second down and 5 for the Lions at the 36. They split Aiken to the near side. In the slot, it is Gongora. This time they go Cook outside, has room, he gets in the secondary, he can fly. 40 of Lee, 35, 30, he may go, 20, inside the 10, down inside the 5, and trips up at about the 2. Wow, Willie Floyd, the senior, got around Tim Hyder, and he went almost the distance that time. 62 yards in the play, and Chaminade-Madonna has answered.
And they did. It is misdirection and a hole on the left side open. Nice block by Ferguson, the left tackle, and Nardelli peeling out and racing down the side of the field. He made a nice 62-yard gain.
4:06 to go, and it takes 2 plays for Chaminade-Madonna to get themselves in scoring position. There's the speed of that senior. Lee has brought in Royce Lee here on first and goal at the Red Raiders' 2-yard line. Jess Roberts also in the game, the linebacker here. Here comes, got a feeling it might be Stinson, the big old bruising fullback. Guandolo double tight set. It is Stinson, left guard. He took a shot down near the goal line. Thought it might have been Matt Uzel who stood him up. Remember, that kind of reminded me of the play against Garland last year when Cole Skates made the great play. Jess Roberts there as well. And with 3.5 to go in the first quarter, it's 2nd and goal for Chaminade-Madonna.
And Lee is trying to have their, well, obviously they have their backs pinned against the wall right now. They're trying to make a goal line stand in this situation.
3:22 remaining, clock ticking. Here come the Lions in their Penn State uniforms. Double set, split backs behind Guandolo, the quarterback. This time Stinson fumbles the ball. It is loose. And Guandolo somehow got it back. Boy, Matt Uzel was right there. He was so quick to the ball, Jamie Lynn, he almost ran past it, but he does knock him down for a loss of 4.
Perfect timing by Uzel to get in there right at the feet of Guandolo and knock him to the surface just as he's picking that ball up. Otherwise, he might have had a chance to run to the outside.
So now, instead of 1st and goal, it was 1st and goal. They got a couple of yards. A nice hit by Uzel and Roberts. Now 3rd and goal from the Lee 5 with 2:35 to go. 2 receivers split wide. Aiken 6'3", remember that. Guandolo pitch back to Cook. Ball's on the ground. It is loose. And Lee has recovered. Jamie, was that Jacoby McKenzie?
That's exactly right, David. Great hustle play to get out there, dives on the ball, loses it, but gets that big right hand out there, pulls it back in. The Red Raiders pick up a huge turnover here late in the first quarter.
Boy, that's got to be tough for Chaminade-Madonna after the long run by Floyd, who, remember, was not tackled. He tripped up inside the 10 and fell down at about the 2. And there's that great hit at the goal line that gives Lee's defense some confidence. And it looked like Guandolo had a couple of problems with the snap that time and also the pitch back. Lee at about the 11 now. Here's the handoff. Williams up the gut, got about a yard or two, leans out to the 15, got 3. He is a load himself. Jason Williams, 5'11", 205, has played in the shadow of Tyrone Ross. It is his turn now. He has 746 yards career rushing and 7 touchdowns. Kent Clancy on the stop that time for Chaminade-Madonna.
Just when you think Lee is going to get scored on, at least initially for the season, they make 2 great plays in a row, one from Uzel and one also from McKenzie to take the ball over.
2nd down and 6, Lee with an offset eye. Preston Hill, play action bootleg, has a caravan, 15, 1st down, 20, 25, 30. Very nice job. There's a flag down. There is a flag down. Andrew Bailey leading the way, the center, but a flag comes down at about the 25-yard line of Lee, and this is probably going to take it back to close to where they ran that play. And that is a play that Lee is not afraid to run with their quarterback, whether it was Preston Hill or Josh Hill. And Preston, remember, on that run against Richardson Berkner last year in the playoffs when he went 47 yards for a touchdown. This is coming back.
Unfortunately that it is, because it's a nice play call with a bootleg and 2 or 3 blockers in front of him. As you mentioned, David, a nice caravan, but they had that holding call, and that's the first penalty of the season and the night, too, for Robert E. Lee.
That's too bad, because it was on the outside. It really didn't need to hold anybody either. There was a nice job of leading the way with Kirkpatrick and also Bailey, and Preston with a nice job of finding the seam and was out to the 30-yard line, but this will take it back to where they were at about the 15. So instead of 1st and 10, it's 2nd down and 6. With a minute 44 to go in the opening quarter, Lee with their 2nd possession up 7-0. Tucker, the lone setback. Williams is the kind of an H-back here. They run that fake reverse. Preston Hill dumps it off. Tucker, 20, 25, close to a 1st down. He has it. Very nifty play. Nice touch by the senior Preston Hill. The little dump pattern that time to Nathan Tucker, who picks up a 1st down.
Well, Nathan Tucker had a big 43-yard catch last week in the scrimmage during their 1 quarter of play. He's got great hands, and look to him to be the underneath route receiver when they throw the little screen pass, either middle screen or outside screen.
Little new wrinkle. We haven't seen that play. I don't think we have in a while. They love to run the screens. They love to run the fullback and tailback deep at times. Here's Preston. Up the gut, Nathan Tucker, little counter, out to about the 26 or 7-yard line. Josh Corliza, last year had 3 fumble recoveries, 58 unassisted tackles and 2 picks. An all Broward County honorable mention pick was the guy on defense for the Lions, but a gain of 4 for Nathan Tucker.
He gets a good block up front, as you mentioned. Mario Trimble with a nice push-out block, and Lee gets a nice 4-yard gain.
So under a minute to go when they take the snap. Jonathan Williams splits far side. Fleet, the tight end. Tucker will be an H-back right next to Fleet. Lone setback, Jason Williams. Preston wants to throw. Going deep, pass picked off. This guy can go, watch him. Alex Blucher, midfield, run out of bounds. No, he's not at the 40, knocked out at the Lee 35. That time, Preston had too much air under that. He had a player downfield, but a great job by the safety. Alex Blucher is actually a cornerback. Chase Carlton knocked him out of bounds, but a pick for Chaminade-Madonna, and they have the ball at the Lee 35-yard line.
Chaminade-Madonna had double coverage that time, too, on the intended receiver, with the back guy playing center field, if you will, in Blucher, and he takes the pass as it's overthrown. And
39 seconds to go in the 1st quarter. Now, this is a fine secondary that Chaminade-Madonna has. Mike Owens saying that he looks on film. There's 3 Division I players there. The senior De La Gale and Blucher, and Akeem Auguste and Ian Smith aren't bad either. Lions at the Lee 35 after the 1st turnover. Here comes the handoff to Cook outside, 30. Well, it looked like somebody was tied up on the perimeter that time, and Mike Owens making sure that the side judge or line judge knows that as well. And Jay Law is chewing on one of the officials, and he picked up about 7 yards inside the 30.
Gets a nice block on the right side, too, from his big tackle on the outside. Dawson in the ball game, along with Goldman, the guard, making a nice block for
Again, it is Willie Floyd. I keep mentioning Cook. Jamal Cook's a receiver. 2nd down and 3, though, as they run it outside for 7 to the Lee 28-yard line. 33 seconds, the clock stopped as he was out of bounds. Tight end near side is Dawson. Unbalanced line near side. Guandolo, long snap, Lee jumping around, and here comes a flag, and I think the defensive tackle McKenzie Boy, you got to be disciplined there. And McKenzie, such a quick player off the ball. Maybe he thought somebody from the Lions moved, but it's going to cost Lee 5 yards, and it's going to give Madonna a first down inside the 25.
And as we mentioned, with the inexperience, you have penalties that can hurt you. And thus far, we have a holding penalty on Lee's last possession. And now the offsides, the encroachment call against the defense, and both have been detrimental so far here in this latter part of the first quarter.
In the game also for Lee, I think, is Jonathan Moore at that bandit position on the near side. 1st and 10, Chaminade-Madonna at the 23. Guandolo counter. Floyd gets about 2 or 3, tied up at about the 20. Michael Wall, the 6'1", 215 senior on the stop. He got about 3. Got to get on Willie Floyd in a hurry. He can fly, as we saw earlier. And right now, Lee substituting defensive linemen in the game. It's a hot night, even though it's late. And that probably wraps the first quarter up, and it will, as Guandolo walks over to the sideline to his father as they wind down the first quarter.
Second out and 7 as the first quarter comes to an end.
Car shopping can be stressful. With all the clutter out there, it's hard to tell what to buy. But at Jim Lozier's Fire Station Auto Center, we believe that the simplest way is the best way. So we offer a large selection of quality pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, priced to sell with no hassles. Each vehicle has been through a 20-point inspection for quality assurance. You can shop in comfort under the awnings and check out our newly expanded lot with more inventory than ever before. Jim Lozier's Fire Station Auto Center on the corner of Glenwood and Vine and Tyler.
When you join ETMC EMS, you get peace of mind. Because an annual membership fee as low as $48 covers you and all qualified members of your household for emergency and medically necessary non-emergency transports, which would cost an average of $600 each. And you get the added peace of mind of knowing that the region's most advanced EMS system will answer your call for help. Membership deadline is September 30th, so don't delay. Call or visit the website and join ETMC EMS today.
Down inside the 10-yard line to the 7. Chaminade-Madonna's been down here one time before the other direction, but the confusion on a couple of pitches. Split backs, Floyd and Stinson. Guandolo, Stinson runs into a defensive tackle, does get down inside the 5. Nice job by Matt Uzel, and George Faber was there. He drives down inside the 5 for a gain of a couple of yards, and it's still second down and goal.
They get a good push off the left side of their line. Ferguson, the left tackle, at 6'4", 290, and Vinny Nardelli, 5'10", 250, make a nice push for Chaminade-Madonna.
This is when the fans get up and make a little noise sometimes when the team is marching on them a little bit. Second down and goal at about the 5. Floyd and Stinson. Guandolo wants a timeout and gets one with 11:20 to go in the first half. With our score, Chaminade-Madonna down 7-0, threatening back in a moment on KTBB.
The DQ Caramel Latte Resistance Test.
Begin.
Oh!
Okay.
The irresistible new DQ Caramel Latte. Gooey caramel, rich coffee, and creamy DQ soft serve. DQ, something different.
Don't miss the take-away telecast of Robert E. Lee and John Tyler game, brought to you exclusively.
Back on play now. 11:20 to go, first half. Double tight set. Split backs, Guandolo. Stinson. Guandolo keeps and will score. Touchdown, Chaminade-Madonna. Very nice play as he followed the fullback that time into the end zone, and the Lions are an extra point away from tying this game up.
And he just followed behind the big offensive line. As you mentioned, Quentin Maynard, the center, gets a nice push off on McKenzie, and he just rolls off the side of his center and pushes in the end zone for 6.
Extra point will be attempted by Diego Palacio. Actually, this time it's Ryan Ruckel who will attempt the extra point for Chaminade-Madonna. Here comes the snap. The hold is good. The kick is up, and it is true. And our score with 11:16 to go in the first half. Robert E. Lee 7, Chaminade-Madonna 7. Back in 1 minute on News Talk 600 KTBB.
Hi, I'm Whitney at Mike Powell Auto Group, where if you give us a chance, we will save you money. There's still time to save with Employee Pricing Plus on new Jeeps. You pay what we pay and not a penny more. If a new Mazda is what you're looking for, save on Ultimate Zoom Zoom. With the Mazda S plan exclusively here at Mike Pyle, now is the best time ever to save on new Mazdas and Jeeps. Help us fight hunger in East Texas. Come take a test drive and we'll provide enough food for a hungry child for a week. Mike Pyle, going the extra mile against hunger.
Cool off during Don's summer savings with a free Golden Brook ice cream party pack. Buy any freezer from our huge selection and get this ice cream party pack absolutely free. For a limited time while supplies last, buy any refrigerator in stock and get the free ice cream party pack plus these additional Dairy Pride items. Ask about our no down payment, no interest, and no payments financing. Only at Don's CD and Appliance can you get same-day delivery guaranteed and free ice cream party packs. One more reason, Don's is your get more store.
Back at Rose Stadium, the Chaminade-Madonna Lions have tied up the Robert E. Lee Red Raiders. They go 6 plays, 35 yards, and 147. Turn it over to you, Smokey.
Nice deep kick. This is Marquise Seaton at a goal line at the 5. Looks for a seam. 10, 15, breaks a tackle outside the 20. Boy, he can run out to the 23-yard line. Nice job by Marquise Seaton to run that thing back 24 yards out to the 23. But a very nice deep kick by the Lions to try to give themselves some coverage. Ian Smith, by the way, on the stop that time for the Lions. So Lee's offense scored in their opening possession. Had the ball deep in their own territory, throws the pick, and now Preston Hill and the Red Raiders try to bounce back at their own 23-yard line with 11:10 to go in the first half and tied at 7. Again, this is a very salty secondary. Normally Lee can confuse you with a lot of different routes, but didn't work that last time. Tight end Fleet near side, Jason Williams, little pitch back, has about 5. It's Nathan Tucker, out to the 30-yard line. A nice gain of 7 yards, a little flip that time to the fullback at 2nd down and 3.
And a good push up front from Bailey and Carlton on the left side opens up a little bit of a hole for Tucker, and he just wrestles his way through it and picks up a nice gainer.
Out now this time is Tucker. Jacob Amy comes in, and so does Marcus Jackson. This is a 3 wide receiver set. Marcus Jackson, also the backup quarterback, goes wide. Amy in the slot. Jonathan Williams near side, the tight end this way. Right in the middle of the field, and Amy in motion on 2nd and 3. Preston right up the gut. Jason Williams breaks a tackle, leans for about a yard or 2. Out close to the 32, so they tried to spread him out that time, and it did not work as they picked up a couple of yards.
Once again, they'll try running behind the left side with Kirkpatrick and Carlton making a push up front, but a nice tackle that time from number 20, Cleo Edwards, and number 45, Josh Corliza.
The senior, 225 right there in the middle, 3rd of the yard here. Michael Mason checks in, probably a double tight set. Jackson will split far side. They'll do H-back with Fleet. Williams, the deep back, they hand it to Tucker, slides through, 1st down, lost the football, and Chaminade-Madonna, no, they say his knee was down at the 36. Oh my goodness, Lee with a big break that time. Tucker had the 1st down, was almost into the secondary. As he leaned forward, nobody is arguing the call. Gain of 3 and a 1st down to the 36-yard line.
That was very, very close, but one knee, at least his left knee, was on the turf as the ball squirted to the right-hand side and went out, and Lee does pick up a 1st down.
1st down, Lee at the 36-yard line. You can hear everyone going, oh, goodness. Split near side, Jonathan Williams, Jason Williams, right tackle, bounces outside, 40, close to a 1st down, gets about 9, out to the 44-yard line. Jordan De La Gal that time saved a bigger run as he picks up 9. It's 2nd down, and John Landis with a nice block.
Also Tyler Fleet, too, makes a nice seal block on the man in front of him, Kent Clancy, and pushes him out of the way. And Jason Williams, just with great vision, sees that and cuts back outside for the nice 9-yard gain.
Pretty nice crowd on the far side, mostly people who are just curious about this game, even though it started very late. 2nd down and a yard. Possible play action? No, it's Tucker, doesn't get anything. Runs right into the hands of Kent Clancy as he got about a yard out to the 45. They tried to sneak him through that right side, and Lee now faces 3rd down and a yard, and this is when all your offensive linemen have to keep their set until that snap.
That time Clancy just knifed back through to the inside and beat John Landis and makes the hit right immediately on Tucker, who is stopped dead in his tracks.
Jackson comes out, so does Nathan Tucker. Lee will have Amy and Williams the wideouts, Fleet and Mason the tight ends. Williams and Amy come to the near side. Jason Williams the lone setback, and Fleet is the H-back. Here's a quick snap. Williams right tackle, 1st down, leans close to midfield. Quick snap, I think, Chaminade-Madonna. Santalisa's there for the stop at a gain of 5. They weren't quite set, were they, Jamie?
Doesn't look like it there, David, and you love to have the ability of Jason Williams. No matter what it is, he's going to get a yard or two. Has that nice lean, not always looking for the big play, but he'll take a yard or two here and there. This time he moves the chains.
8 minutes and 22 seconds left in the first half, right at midfield. Marcus Jackson, far side. Boy, I see that number 3, and I think of Tony Bush playing over across town at Navarro now. Here's Preston Hill, play action pass, bootleg near side, has a room, cuts it up at the 50, 45, leans close to the 40. Nice job by Kirkpatrick and Bailey on the outside. Kirkpatrick, the tackle with a nice pull and a gain of 9 at second down and a yard.
Another well-designed play, David. He just rolls out, makes the fake to one side, back to Tucker, and rolls right, and then finds a hole. His 3 blockers are there. Give credit to Carlton and Bailey also up front as they make a nice cutout block and open up a nice hole and a 9-yard gain on first down for Preston Hill.
Think about these guys. Kirkpatrick was not playing football last year. Carlton, Trimble, and Landis were not really on the team as starters or whatever. Got no playing time on varsity. Bailey got split time at center. And it's second down and a yard. Preston Hill. This is Williams. Off left tackle. Bounces outside. First down 40, 35, close to the 32. Gain of 10. Nathan Tucker with a great seal block to junior. And Lee has a first down with 7:19 to go. Second quarter, we're tied at 7.
And Lee's offensive line is doing a great job as well. And Jason Williams now is over 70 yards thus far in the first half, David, on 11 carries. He's doing a great job. Give credit also to Kirkpatrick and Carlton for nice blocks on that play.
Preston Hill, the senior quarterback, trying to run the offense. Timeout right now. Madonna, Chaminade-Madonna has taken a timeout. 7:13 to go in the first half. Back in 30 seconds on News Talk 600. KTBB.
In the game of life, there are no timeouts, only time wasted. The path you choose now determines your future. But where can you go to find a sense of purpose? There is a place where team spirit steps off the field and into the classroom, where no victory goes unnoticed, and there's no such thing as wasted time. That place is Tyler Junior College, living life in color, never black and white. Come to Tyler Junior College. We're changing the game. We're changing lives.
Lee trying to grind one out on a very muggy night, but not quite as hot as you would have thought because they had all that rain and severe storms that canceled the second half of that game. Wiley beat the Colony 23-7 in the third game of the Classic. Last night, John Tyner with a huge win against number 2 ranked Texas High 20-16. And then on Thursday night, defending 3A champion Gilmer thumped Pine Tree in the second half 45-16. Lee with a first down at the Chaminade-Madonna 31-yard line. Williams near side. Amy in the slot. Jackson split far side. Fleet the tight end. Lone setback is Williams. Amy in motion near side. Hill takes the snap. Throws a little screen pass out to Williams. Nice little job. Gets inside the 30. Very dangerous play, but very well done as Amy gets a block. He came in motion. Williams picks up about 4.
That would be a tunnel screen, if you will. They have Amy in motion running near side. He's actually the lead blocker. Once Jonathan Williams takes a step back, makes the catch about 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage. He cuts upfield, picks up 5 yards on the pass play.
6:45 to go. Michael Mason checks back in. Off to the far side, Williams and Jackson. Lone setback, Jason Williams. Tight end is Fleet. Here comes Jason on the stretch, left tackle. Breaks a tackle, breaks another. Oh my goodness! Touchdown, Robert E. Lee! 27 yards. What a run by Jason Williams, and Jonathan Williams with a key downfield block.
And it's just a great job up front as Chase Carlton and Jake Kirkpatrick push the left side open against Chaminade-Madonna, and Jason Williams breaks at least 3 or 4 tackles as he skirts his way, slashes his way into the end zone for 6 for the Red Raiders.
101 yards now for Jason Williams, the J train with 12 carries. Here comes Cleaver now with the extra point. The hold will come from Matt Mullins. Here's the snap, here's the hold, here's the kick by Cleaver, and it is good. 6:26 to go. What a great drive by Lee. They bounce back after Chaminade-Madonna scores. 14-7. Robert E. Lee back in 1 minute on KTBB.
The DQ Caramel Latte Resistance Test.
Begin.
Oh!
Okay.
The irresistible new DQ Caramel Latte. Gooey caramel, rich coffee, and creamy DQ soft serve. DQ, something different.
Card shopping can be stressful. With all the clutter out there, it's hard to tell what to buy. But at Jim Lozier's Fire Station Auto Center, we believe that the simplest way is the best way. So we offer a large selection of quality pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, priced to sell with no hassles. Each vehicle has been through a 20-point inspection for quality assurance. You can shop in comfort under the awnings and check out our newly expanded lot with more inventory than ever before. Jim Lozier's Fire Station Auto Center on the corner of Glenwood and Vine and Tyler.
6:26 to go in the first half. Robert E. Lee goes the distance on a long, nice, time-consuming drive to lead by 7.
David, it's 11 plays, 77 yards, and 442. They convert 3 third-down conversions on the drive. They have 4 first downs on the drive. And a nice run for Jason Williams of 27 yards as he plows his way in for 6 for the Red Raiders.
Willie Floyd and Akeem Auguste are back deep to take this kick this time from Josh Burke. High, kind of a pooch kick, and they signal fair catch at the 23, and he's going to try to run it. That should be either a penalty or they got to stop the play, and they do. I tell you what, that time Ian Smith probably just was trying to be smart, but that ball was kicked a little deeper, and he called the fair catch at the 25. And they're trying to keep the ball away from Auguste and especially Floyd after what we've seen from him a couple of times in this game. So now the lead defense will try to bounce back. They gave up the touchdown after the pick by Blucher, and Chaminade-Madonna will start this drive at their 25-yard line.
Well, they had nearly 5 minutes to break that time as the offense controls the line of scrimmage and push downfield for their score. Let's see if that can help them here as the middle part of the second quarter arrives.
Jansen Rule and Taj Lee in the defensive end position for Lee. They go wide to Floyd, breaks it upfield for about 5. Nice job on the seal that time. Good block by Vinny Nardelli on the pull. Tim Hyder, who's in for the probably all-state candidate. Takarian Cuba's getting a lot of mentions from Division I list as one of the top underclassmen in Texas. Hurt his knee lifting weights, getting up from bench pressing, and kind of dinged his knee. He should be back in a couple of weeks. They do need him back, but Hyder's playing well.
Yeah, he is, David. Chaminade-Madonna, really, they had that power running attack. You know, last year they averaged around 230 yards a game on the ground and only 44 through the airwaves. So obviously they are more of a ground-oriented team. That's pretty much what we've seen tonight.
Both teams are pounding away on the ground so far. 2nd down and 5. Tight end near side. Dawson. They hand it off to Floyd. Gets it almost a seam, almost got loose that time, but nice job on the far side by Robert E. Lee to knock him down for just short of the first down. Michael Wall and Jonathan Moore, the bandit. He and Justin Hansen kind of trying to help replace Jason Stripling. That is not easy to do.
They run that counter back to the right side behind Ryan Goldman and Amika Wankwo, who get a nice push up front, but Faber's there as well to help wrap up the tackle for Robert E. Lee.
McKenzie comes in to give Lee a 4-man front on the defensive line. Faber, Uzel, and Wall, the linebackers. Quet Nicholson and Adrian Beard, the corners, and Tim Hyder is the safety deep. 3rd and a yard with Guandolo, the tight end near side. They go deep in the backfield. They had Floyd for a loss. Jacoby McKenzie just couldn't wrap him up. He's got that cast on his right hand that may have cost him making the tackle. Faber and Uzel were there, but Willie Floyd picks up 5 yards and a first down.
But I like what Lee's doing, David. They're getting that push up front. They're actually beating the line at times against Madonna, just making a nice initial contact. And as you mentioned, he hit him 3 yards in the backfield and should have wrapped him up, but that sore hand limited the tackle on that play.
First down, Chaminade-Madonna. 4:38 to go in the first half. 14-7, Robert E. Lee at their 37-yard line. Guandolo wants to throw. Pass dropped. Boy, Gongora should have had it. It would have been a pickup of about 7 yards. Adrian Beard almost deflected towards Adrian. And it's going to be 2nd down and 10 as Chaminade-Madonna tries to, if you're a non-passing team, they got some guys who can throw it too, but non-passing teams, it's better to throw on first down.
Well, he made a nice cut. Gongora really had Beard down on his feet as he cut outside on a nice pass route. But the ball was just right at his arms, and he just couldn't bring it down. He drops the ball, fortunately for Lee, as Beard was unable to make the pick anyway.
Again, Taj Lee and Jansen Rule in at defensive ends. Both of them are juniors. 2nd and 10. Guandolo split back to this 37. Double tight set. Here's a quarterback keeper. Bounces outside. 40. Knocked down at the 44 with a nice tackle. Quet Nicholson, one of the few returning players on defense, and he hit him low. It was a nice little run by Guandolo, but Quentin Nicholson, like a missile, comes up and knocks him down after a gain of about 6 yards.
Running off an option play, Guandolo fakes the handoff to his fullback, runs near side, and Quentin Nicholson just gets a nice angle and really just bows up and hits him right at the knee level and knocks him off his feet in a nice rousing tackle that
There's
time.
a big third down with 3:59 to go in the first half. It is 3rd and 4 for the Lions at their 44-yard line. Trying to continue to move on the ground. Guandolo. Deep pitch back. This is Floyd. Close to it. No, he didn't make it. Short of the first down. Nice job for Lee as Jeremy Moore and George Faber. Well, you could see him back when he was a freshman, came into the program. I saw him in the weight room. I said, my goodness, who's that kid? A junior or senior? He's a freshman. And Chaminade-Madonna may be going for it on 4th and 1 at their 47-yard line.
Well, Lee's making nice adjustments against Floyd, that is. And that counter tray, they knifed inside and beat 2 blocks to make the tackle.
This is when Lee's got to be disciplined on the front line. The crowd making some noise here. McKenzie in the middle with Royce Lee on 4th and a yard. Guandolo trying to draw Lee off sides. Play clock is down to 2. They run the play. He's got close to the first down. It depends on the mark. They went to Stinson, or was that Alex Blucher? First of all, there looked like there should have been a procedure, but now it depends on the mark, and I think he's very, very, very close to a first down. It's Alec Blucher that time, knifes off left tackle. You can hear the Lee crowd very upset, and it now all depends on the mark. And they move it around, and I never have understood why they don't leave it where it is, and it looks like it's a first down at the 48. It is a first down. Wow. Jamie?
Robert E. Lee coaching staff very upset on that play. David thought there was movement on the right side of the offensive line. However, they don't get the call.
Now, there was movement. It just looked like it must have been right there. I think the officials were looking more at the play clock rather than the offensive line. In motion, Aiken, far side. It's a huge play for Chaminade-Madonna. Play action, Guandolo back to throw. In the flat, caught Gondora inside the Leaf territory down to the 45-yard line. Tim Hyder, the safety, was there. Nice pressure that time for Robert E. Lee, but he got it off, and it's a gain of 6 yards.
And that was Marcus Jackson, who came in on a late blitz from the safety position. That was number 9, Jeremy Moore, number 7, Jeremy Moore, and he just got to him a tad too late, and a nice completion for Chaminade-Madonna.
That's a huge 4th down conversion because of field position. Lee takes over. They have plenty of time, but now Chaminade-Madonna driving at the Lee 45 with 2.5 to go in the first half, down 7. Guandolo, Stinson up the gut. Looks like he has close to a first down. Not only, by the way, on that 4th down play was there possibly movement, but also a tremendous spot, and I think he's got a nice job there. Stinson may have picked up another first down inside the Lee 42. And a flag comes down at the end of the play. And it looks like it's against Robert E. Lee. Jacoby McKenzie taking off his helmet. Guandolo listening into the officiating. And again, the official, dead ball foul, personal foul against Chaminade-Madonna. Oh, that's a very costly penalty. Referee is James Gilbert. And Jamie, you saw what may have happened.
Well, the wide receiver blocking downfield took a late shot against Beard of Robert E. Lee. Beard did the right thing, got up and held his composure. The late flag does come in and goes against the Lions.
It's a very costly penalty, but it's also a dead ball, so I'm not sure if it's 1st and then 25. They'll mark to see if it's a first down and then go back from there.
Good point, David, and that's probably exactly what they're going to do. And that's the initial penalty of the night against Chaminade-Madonna, I do believe.
Yep.
And Lee has a couple of their own, but right now Lee's defense is playing much better. They're attacking, and Lee's coaching staff has made a few adjustments on the defensive end.
Lee continues. Willie Williams rotating defensive ends as Ray and Brown are out. Taj Lee and Jansen Rule back in. So they'll get the first down at the Lee 42, just inside the 42. Now mark it back 15 more. Back inside Chaminade-Madonna territory. Again, for those of you listening in Hollywood, Florida, in that area, we appreciate your audience. And again, wish you luck on all the damage and some of the damage done with that Hurricane Katrina that came out of nowhere. I was talking to Mark Guandolo for an interview earlier this week, and all of a sudden, I said, Coach, what's your biggest concern this week? He goes, the hurricane that just developed off the southeast coast of Florida. And he was very serious about that. Lee's going to take a timeout, and they have been through the delays, the flight delays, a late arrive to the hotel, and then the rain delay tonight, and they're playing well. 14-7, Robert E. Lee with 2:28 to go in the first half. Back in a moment.
Cool off during Don's summer savings with a free Golden Brook ice cream party pack. Buy any freezer from our huge selection and get this ice cream party pack absolutely free. For a limited time while supplies last, buy any refrigerator in stock and get the free ice cream party pack plus these additional Dairy Pride items. Ask about our no down payment, no interest, and no payments financing. Only at Don's TV and Appliance can you get same-day delivery guaranteed and free ice cream party packs. One more reason, Don's is your get more store.
Defensive coordinator Randy Hofstickler up in the booth. Jay Law trying to get his defense together on what is a critical drive here. Remember, Chaminade-Madonna opened the game with the ball in the possession. They won the toss and received and did not score. So if Robert E. Lee can kind of keep their lead into the half, they also will get the first possession of the second half. But there's still 2:28 to go in this one. Jake Kirkpatrick, the senior, who's also playing left tackles, come in to give Lee some more beef in the middle. They said, during the first part of spring drills, they could see where he's a very strong young man, hadn't played football, and when the lights went on for the spring game, that just clicked. It all happened for him. 1st and 10, great basketball player at Grace. Guandolo, 1st and 10 from his 43, back to throw, pressure, sack, Colby Ray. No, that's Matt Uzel. You know what? Matt Uzel, I don't know what 40 time he has. He is so much faster than I think people realize, and he really brought extra speed to that already fast defense a year ago. Second sack for Robert E. Lee and a loss of 5.
He knifes through on a delayed linebacker blitz. He just came from the backside. Nobody picked him up for Chaminade-Madonna.
Very nice
Guandolo, Guandolo goes down on his hip side. Is a nice tackle and a nice blitz that time for Robert E. Lee.
Minute 55, clock runs. First down, 2nd and 15 for the Lions at their 39-yard line. Down 14-7 in this game. Kamar Aiken, they have not thrown his way yet tonight. Splits to the near side. Guandolo, draw play. Floyd, watch out, 40. Someone get him midfield into the secondary. First down. He is so quick. Gain of 17, 18 yards. Willie Floyd is over 100 yards himself tonight. And he gets a big gain. De La Cruz that time stops for Robert E. Lee, and it's first down. Chaminade-Madonna at the Lee 43.
Well, that's a nice play call for CM. Obviously, Lee's expecting a pass play, and the delayed
nice
draw just opens up a nice hole, and Floyd is quick.
Minute 30 to go. Guandolo to Floyd outside. They got him bottled up and hit down at the 45, and it was Daniel De La Cruz, a 5'10", 250-pound junior, that makes the stop to the backside, hustling around, and timeout Chaminade-Madonna. Loss of a yard on the play, back to close to the 45, and we'll take a break as well. Our score, Robert E. Lee 14, Chaminade-Madonna 7, back in 30 seconds on News Talk 600 KTBB.
Hi, I'm Whitney at Mike Powell Auto Group, where if you give us a chance, we will save you money. There's still time to save with Employee Pricing Plus on new Jeeps. You pay what we pay and not a penny more. If a new Mazda is what you're looking for, save on Ultimate Zoom with the Mazda S plan exclusively here at Mike Powell. Now is the best time ever to save on new Mazdas and Jeeps. Help us fight hunger in East Texas. Come take a test drive and we'll provide enough food for a hungry child for a week. Mike Powell, going the extra mile against hunger.
Back at Trinity Mother Frances Rose Stadium in time of the final game of the East Texas Kickoff Classic. Thanks to Titus Sports Marketing for the idea, and TISD Superintendent David Simmons and TISD Athletic Director Danny Long for letting this happen. As they've taken the athletic department at both John Tyler and Lee, they hope to a different level. Thomas Brooks with a big win last night for JT over Texas High, and Lee trying to open up defense of their title against nationally ranked Chaminade-Madonna. Second down and 11 at the 45 of Lee. Guandolo shotgun. Back to throw. Sets up. Pressured. Gets away. 40. Scrambles. Down inside the 37-yard line, and it's a very nice job. Clock continues to run, but they had him in the backfield. They let him loose, and Michael Wall makes the stop at a gain of 8 that time.
Yeah, he does a great job of escaping the blitz and the pressure from Lee, and does a nice job of a nice pickup.
Out of the game is De La Cruz, in the shotgun again. Guandolo at the 37 of Lee takes the snap. Sets up over the middle, has all day long. Now rolls to his right, throws out of bounds, incomplete, and he got drilled by Roderick Brown that time and Adrian Beard. But man, did he have, it was like he had a mountain in front of him with those huge linemen, Ferguson, Nardelli, Maynard, Goldman, and Wakwo. Did a great job. It's 4th down here at the 37-yard line. Jacoby McKenzie coming out, and it's 4th and 4.
That's a nice coverage that time for Robert E. Lee. As Smokey mentioned, they had all day to throw the ball, and Guandolo finally was chased out of bounds and threw the ball away.
4th and 4 for the Lions with 48 seconds to go in the first half, and they trail by 7. Gongora, Aiken, Cook are the split receivers. Aiken to the near side with Nicholson man-to-man. Guandolo runs the draw. Floyd cuts it up and has a first down, I think, at the 33-yard line. Boy, is he does a great job at contact of spinning away from tacklers, and he has a first down, and they run that draw play again.
He's just got such quicks, and he's got great vision, too, as he cut back inside to get that last yard and a half. And they're going to measure, actually, David.
He got it, though.
Yeah, it appears that he does have it.
116 yards for Willie Floyd on 11 carries, although now I look at it, the ball was not placed at a very good spot. If you're a Lions fan, about the lead 33 3/4. Here comes the sticks. He didn't make it. He did not make the first down. Oh, man. First down lead with 41 seconds to go, and you never know what they might try to do here with Preston Hill at quarterback.
And that could be really huge. As a matter of fact, Chaminade-Madonna was 2 of 2 on 4th down conversions until that one did not make it, and he's just short by about a half a length of the football. Lee takes over.
Well, so I missed the call. Looked like he spun down to the 33, at least it did to me, and the officials marked it at about the 34. And you're listening to Robert E. Football on News Talk 600, KTBB, Tyler, Longview. And they're going to go in the kneel here. Preston Hill takes a knee. Chaminade-Madonna has no timeouts remaining, so they might have to do it one more time. It just hurts Preston's rushing stats. We'll hear from Jamie Lent talking to Lee head football coach Mike Owens, who has to be pleased with such a young team against a national power. I think Mark Guandolo's got to feel pretty good as well that his team, and this is kind of what we expected, 2 good football teams head-to-head in one heck of a game. Jamie.
All right, Coach Owens, you came into the game wondering about how your defensive line would handle the big offensive line of Chaminade-Madonna. How do you think they did in this first half?
Well, they're playing pretty good. If we don't just hand them the ball down there and just throw the thing up and let them pick it off, then, our defense has been doing pretty well, But, that number 9 for them has got great speed, and he's a great player, and they're big up front. I think our defense is holding up pretty well right now.
Offensively, you guys have been able to move the ball mostly on the ground. Do you stick with that in the second half?
Well, we'll come out and do a few more things. We're just going by our script right now. A lot of that involved Jason Williams being busy the first half. So that's we may go back and start our script again, but we've got a few other things we think we can do right now.
Appreciate it, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
When you join ETMC EMS, you get peace of mind. Because an annual membership fee as low as $48 covers you and all qualified members of your household for emergency and medically necessary non-emergency transports, which would cost an average of $600 each. And you get the added peace of mind of knowing that the region's most advanced EMS system will answer your call for help. Membership deadline is September 30th, so don't delay. Call or visit the website and join ETMC EMS today.
The DQ Caramel Latte Resistance Test.
Begin.
Oh! Okay.
The irresistible new DQ Caramel Latte. Gooey caramel, rich coffee, and creamy DQ soft serve. DQ, something different.
Ladies and gentlemen, join me now in viewing a spectacular halftime show presented to you by Robert E. Lee High School. We invite you to sit back and enjoy the incredible Southern Belle Drill Team and the fabulous Red Raider Band. line, Southern Bell officers are Captain Amanda Strasberg, Catherine Adams, Melissa Doherty, Sarah Gomer, Allison Moranich, and Lindsay Murray. The Bell Guards for head guard Nick Spain, Oliver Babineau, Justin Finley, Jeremy Garza, Kyle Thompson, and Bracken Walden. And now, the Southern Bells perform a palm routine to the music. Good golly, Miss Molly. Ladies and gentlemen, there we go. The award-winning Southern Bell. The bells are directed by Laura Miller and Kelly Cherry. The dancer of the week is Claire Howlett, and the spirit girl of the week is Catherine Floyd. High School and the Tyler Independent School District now proudly present the pride of Robert E. Lee, the Red Raider Marching Band. The band under the field direction of head drum major Adrian Jones and assistants Paige Anderson, J.R. Garrett, and Ashton Walker. The Red Raider Marching Band presents the opening of their 2005 contest show, Gladiator. And selections include this evening music from the film scores of Ben-Hur and Gladiator, assistant for Bobby Orwell, Christy Carlisle, Ryan Korsaker, the field garbage worker, Chris Casey Osborne, football assistant was Steve
Cool off during Don's summer savings with a free Golden Brook ice cream party pack. Buy any freezer from our huge selection and get this ice cream party pack absolutely free. For a limited time while supplies last, buy any refrigerator in stock and get the free ice cream party pack plus these additional Dairy Pride items. Ask about our no down payment, no interest, and no payments financing. Only at Don's TV and Appliance can you get same-day delivery guaranteed and free ice cream party packs. One more reason, Don's is your Get More store.
Hi, I'm Whitney at Mike Powell Auto Group, where if you give us a chance, we will save you money. There's still time to save with Employee Pricing Plus on new Jeeps. You pay what we pay and not a penny more. If a new Mazda is what you're looking for, save on Ultimate Zoom Zoom with the Mazda S plan exclusively here at Mike Powell. Now is the best time ever to save on new Mazdas and Jeeps. Help us fight hunger in East Texas. Come take a test drive and we'll provide enough food for a hungry child for a week. Mike Powell, going the extra mile against hunger.
Lee will send Josh Oliver and Marquise Seaton back at about the 5, and kicking off again is Palacios, who kicked it very deep the last time we saw him. Sapp is kicking, excuse me. They do shift around with Ruckel, Sapp, and also Palacios, Diego Palacios, the senior. Chaminade-Madonna, high, line drive kick that is going near the sideline. Seaton catches it. Oh my goodness. Not a good way to start. Boy, that thing was going to go out of bounds, and Lee would have had fantastic position. It's an aggressive mistake. It's a young man that wants to get downfield, but the bad news is Lee will start this drive on their own 8-yard line, and that could also change up what Lee was hoping to do, open the offense up a little bit in the second half if the field position was right.
Quite possibly, you're right, David. Now they find themselves with the goalposts in the shadows of their back, and it's going to take a nice 90-plus yard drive to get downfield to hit pay dirt this time.
They have grinded it out. They've been able to grind it out a little bit on the 2 touchdown drives. They had the 27-yard run by Williams. Preston Hill with Jason Williams, offset eye with Nathan Tucker. This is Jason, right tackle up the middle for a couple of yards, leans outside to the 12-yard line and got about 4 or 5. Bounces away. Akeem Auguste, the corner. Lee up front with Kirkpatrick, Carlton, and Bailey, Trimble and Landis. Tyler Fleet, the tight end. We see a lot of Michael Mason there as well. Jonathan Williams and Jacob Amy, along with some of Marcus Jackson at receiver. Nathan Tucker and Jason Williams, the backs, and Preston Hill, who threw 2 or 3 passes in the first half, is the quarterback on 2nd down and 6 as Jason picks up 4. He has 105 yards. Offset eye again, Williams up the middle, that time nothing there, and you can see already that Chaminade-Madonna has made a couple of changes in how they're shooting the gaps. Linebacker Cleo Edwards in the stop, and a gain of a couple of yards out close to the 15-yard line.
And it's pretty obvious that Lee's going to rely on Jason Williams to punch themselves out of this small backup that they are in. He picked up a couple more that time, but big 3rd down upcoming for Robert E. Lee's offense.
By the way, Tyler Junior College playing across town, normally playing here, but because of the conflict, TISD gets the first choice. They're beating Navarro 16-9 at halftime. There's a big 3rd down for field position. Lee, Preston, quarterback bootleg, rolls out in trouble, breaks a tackle, not going to get it. 1st down, no, not close as he gets outside the 15, and that is it. Nice job, Xavier Stinson that time, as Lee goes with a bootleg and a 3-and-out to start the second half, and Chaminade-Madonna ought to get great field position right here. And Preston will go back and also field the punt, his first punt of his career that I can think of.
And after converting 5 3rd down conversions out of 5 attempts in the first half, Lee is unsuccessful in their initial drive of the second half on 3rd down.
So 4th down, here comes Chaminade-Madonna with a 9-man rush. Auguste back deep to field the punt near midfield. Here's the snap. Preston, left-handed punt. Nice job. Auguste fields in lead territory. Turns the corner. He's got the 40. He's got the sideline, and will have tremendous field position at the 32-yard line. 18-yard return, and Cameron White knocked him out of bounds at the 31. So, boy, you get the first possession of the game, and you make kind of a mental error on the kickoff return, but that's going to happen with the younger players. But now Chaminade-Madonna knocking on the door already at the 31.
Yeah, it's a big break for Chaminade-Madonna, and then they get a nice return on the punt as Auguste takes it to the far side and picks up 18, as you mentioned, David. And,
up front, Ferguson, Nardelli, Maynard, Goldman, and Wakwo tackle to tackle for the Lions. Split backs behind Guandolo. Lee with a four-man front. Uzel sneaks up. Hanson, the far side bandit. Guandolo to Stinson, off left tackle, close to 6-8 yards, down inside the 25 to the 24 to the 23. Jeremy Moore, and you can see a little extra Christmas in the step this time as Chaminade-Madonna as they start the second half.
They're coming out a little fired up. They have a chance to get right back in this ballgame and tie it up with a short field at their beck and call, and get a nice run on first down of 7.
Justin Hanson checks out. The senior, the junior Jonathan Moore comes in the game, and it's second down and about 3 for the Lions at the Lee 23-yard line. 9:26 to go, third quarter. Split backs, tight end, far side. Here comes the quarterback bootleg. Guandolo gets outside, now gets the corner, has a first down inside the 20. He's a sneaky little guy, isn't he? He just kind of always seems to be in the right spot. Matt Uzel knocks him out of bounds, but not until he picks up a first down and a gain of 6.
Had nice blocking to that side, too, with a big Edward Ferguson at 6'4", 290, making a nice seal block that time on Uzel coming on the outside, and also Vinny Nardelli pulling from his left guard position.
This has also taken away the league crowd because they kind of were hoping to maybe get jacked up to start the third quarter. Next thing you know, Madonna's knocking on the door inside the Red Raider 20-yard line. First down at the 18. Gongora and Aiken to the near side. Floyd and Stinson split backs. Tight end far side. Floyd, right tackle, has the 5 down to about the 20 to the 15. Close to the 13. Faber, the middle linebacker, makes the stop. Lee not getting any penetration here. And the big offensive line of the Chaminade-Madonna Lions are starting to kind of control this possession. Royce Lee in the game for Robert E. Lee at defensive tackle.
Big advantage. They run that trap back to the right side, and a good block up front from Ryan Goldman, the right guard, and also Emiko Wankwo. We mentioned his name a bunch tonight. He gets a nice push, too, with his big size.
The Lee fans kind of on their hands here as they have a second down and 7 at the Lee 14-yard line. Tight end Dawson, the near side. H-back in motion. That's Aiken. Guandolo takes the snap, rolls out to the right. He's got room. Here's a flag. It's going to be against Madonna. Throws in the end zone. Pass caught. Touchdown, but I think this might be coming back. There is an official waving his hands on the far side. I think David Gongora may have turned upfield a little bit too soon, and now we'll see if this thing is coming back. It might be against Robert. Oh, it's offsides against Lee, and Chaminade-Madonna is an extra point away from tying the score.
Quarterback rolls out to the far right side and finds his receiver, Gongora, right on the sideline of the end zone. He makes a connection, and they're going to wave off that flag, and a nice 14-yard touchdown pass for the quarterback, Guandola, to his wideout, Gongora.
He just kind of needs, he just kind of has a way of operating this offense. Here comes an extra point now from Chaminade-Madonna for the tie. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it's good. And our score, after Lee goes 3 and out, and a good punt return by Auguste with 8:21 to go, third quarter. We are tied. Robert E. Lee 14, Chaminade-Madonna 14, back in 60 seconds.
The DQ Caramel Latte Resistance Test.
Begin.
Oh! Okay.
The irresistible new DQ Caramel Latte. Gooey caramel, rich coffee, and creamy DQ soft serve. DQ, something different.
Cool off during Don's summer savings with a free Golden Brook ice cream party pack. Buy any freezer from our huge selection and get this ice cream party pack absolutely free. For a limited time while supplies last, buy any refrigerator in stock and get the free ice cream party pack plus these additional Dairy Pride items. Ask about our no down payment, no interest, and no payments financing. Only at Don's TV and Appliance can you get same-day delivery guaranteed and free ice cream party packs. One more reason, Don's is your Get More store.
8:21 to go, third quarter. Chaminade-Madonna scoring to tie this game in the touchdown pass from Guandolo to David Gongora.
4 plays, 31 yards, and 135 for Chaminade-Madonna on their drive, David.
Line drive kick that hits at the lead 10 and will go out of bounds at about the 1-yard line. This time Marquis Seaton lets it go out of bounds. A smart decision there, and Lee should get good field position at about the 30 here. Which is obviously so much better than where they started the second half at the 8-yard line. So Lee offensively, 3 and out. We didn't see that much at all last year. Such a high-octane offense, and so far this game tonight, they've been pretty methodical, except that one drive there. The pick ended a drive earlier in the game in the first half. David Smoke with Randy Johnson, Kerry Ainsworth, they're both in the booth with me, and Jamie Lynn on the sidelines. Our engineers, Mike LaRue, and the producer tonight, Justin Brinker. Preston Hill, the quarterback. Split near side, Jonathan Williams. Offset eye, Jason gets the corner, has about 2 or 3. Nice job by 45 that time. On the stop, Josh Corliza picks up about 4 out to the 35-yard line.
Rolling from the left side, Chase Carlton with a nice pull block, and he gets out ahead of his runner that time, and also John Landis with a sealback block at right tackle, leading the 4-yard gain for Jason Williams.
Lee has the Southern Bells, the drill team, on the far side for this game, so they had more room for the fans who wanted to be here on the home side for this game tonight, since Chaminade-Madonna does not have the band with them. Such a long trip. Second down and about 5. Here's Jason, left tackle, first down, 42-yard line, gain of 7. John Landis with a nice pull. This is a sophomore here that gets a pancake that time, and there's a player down for the Lions at about the 42-yard line with 7:40 to go, third quarter. We're back in 30 seconds on News Talk 600 KTBB.
Hi, I'm Whitney at Mike Powell Auto Group, where if you give us a chance, we will save you money. There's still time to save with Employee Pricing Plus on new Jeeps. You pay what we pay and not a penny more. If a new Mazda is what you're looking for, save on Ultimate Zoom Zoom with the Mazda S plan exclusively here at Mike Powell. Now is the best time ever to save on new Mazdas and Jeeps. Help us fight hunger in East Texas. Come take a test drive and we'll provide enough food for a hungry child for a week. Mike Powell, going the extra mile against hunger.
In the game of life, there are no timeouts, only time wasted. The path you choose now determines your future. But where can you go to find a sense of purpose? There is a place where team spirit steps off the field and into the classroom, where no victory goes unnoticed, and there's no such thing as wasted time. That place is Tyler Junior College, living life in color, never black and white. Come to Tyler Junior College. We're changing the game. We're changing lives.
Unfortunately, senior linebacker Josh Corliza is still down in the field at about the Lee 42-yard line. He was an all-county player last year. 3 fumble recoveries and a couple of interceptions, 58 unassisted tackles. Josh Corliza still being looked at by the training staff of Chaminade-Madonna at about the 45-yard line. And Lee with the first down. Jason Williams picked up 4 on first downs. 7 yards there. He has 16 carries for 117 yards, and a delay here to this game with 7:40 to go in the third quarter. Lee's offense gave up 84.4% of their yardage a year ago. You took all the yards they had, and if you counted for all the seniors who left, 4,963 yards gone. And one of the things that was kind of a silly deal, they talked about returning starters. There's no return. Andrew Bailey started about every other game. He was kind of a 50-50. Tyler Fleet had some time at the end of the year. Preston started as a little bit as a sophomore. Jonathan Williams at time the third receiver, but behind Simpson and Bush. And Amy the same way. Jason Williams wasn't ahead of Tyrone Ross. Really, they don't have a true starter back on this team. And Jason Williams, though, has had a little bit of that touch to be the eye back here at Lee.
He's the returning 15% they have really with his 740 yards coming back on this season. Here we go.
Lee will send Marcus Jackson far side, Amy and Williams to the near side. Lone setback is Jason up the middle, gets a block. No, he does break a tackle. 40, 45 midfield in the secondary, 30, 20. This kid is the new star at Robert E. Lee High School. What a great block by Jake Kirkpatrick, but he broke a tackle at the line of scrimmage, bounced off, and he's a good one. He might be a great one. 58-yard touchdown.
Well, he did a great job, David. He fought through the initial hit at the line of scrimmage. That was Corliza that tagged him, but he bounced right off him, pushed him back, and they got a great block from Jake Kirkpatrick and also John Landis to the right side, who just made an outstanding block, and then the individual effort from the J Train as he takes it to the house from 58 yards out for Lee.
7:18 to go in the third quarter. Lee responds after that very sloppy 3-and-out, and a great drive by Chaminade-Madonna with a tremendous run. Here's the kick by Cleaver, and Joseph Cleaver is 3 for 3 tonight, and Lee is up by 7. The defense needs to take over, and we need a little crowd noise. Our score, Robert E. Lee 21, Chaminade-Madonna 14, 7:18 to go, third quarter.
Car shopping can be stressful. With all the clutter out there, it's hard to tell what to buy. But at Jim Lozier's Fire Station Auto Center, we believe that the simplest way is the best way. So we offer a large selection of quality pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, priced to sell with no hassles. Each vehicle has been through a 20-point inspection for quality assurance. You can shop in comfort under the awnings and check out our newly expanded lot with more inventory than ever before. Jim Lozier's Fire Station Auto Center on the corner of Glenwood and Vine and Tyler.
When you join ETMC EMS, you get peace of mind. Because an annual membership fee as low as $48 covers you and all qualified members of your household for emergency and medically necessary non-emergency transports, which would cost an average of $600 each. And you get the added peace of mind of knowing that the region's most advanced EMS system will answer your call for help. Membership deadline is September 30th, so don't delay. Call or visit the website and join ETMC EMS today.
Across town at Chapel Hill High School, Tyler Junior College with Josh Hill of Lee leading the team, 30-16 leading the Vero third quarter.
Robert E. Lee answers the scoring drive, the short scoring drive for Chaminade-Madonna with their own short scoring drive of 3 plays and 70 yards and a $113. And Jason Williams takes it to the house from 58 for the Red Raiders.
They have switched Xavier Stinson on the far side for any kind of pooch kick. Of course, he's a fullback. Cleaver kicks it straight. This is at about the 25, and a nice job by Lee to wrap up the return man. That is Ian Smith at about the 32. Smith took a shot by Jonathan Moore. I was sitting in the game last night watching John Tyler, Texas High. Mike Owens was in the press box with Cecil and Joanna Roach, and he was, I asked him about a couple of players because there's some positions where a lot of guys are sharing time as they see what these young kids can do. And he told me about Jonathan Moore, the junior. He said, David, that kid is going to be a heck of a football player for us, and he just got a tackle there. So here comes Chaminade-Madonna, 32-yard line, down 21-7. Aiken is the H-back. Stinson and Floyd are the split backs behind Guandolo. Tight end near side. Guandolo up the middle. Here comes Floyd. That's Stinson, and check that for a gain of 9, and they're getting some really a good push with that offensive line now, and a gain of 9 yards.
And a nice push, as you mentioned. Give credit to Ferguson, the left tackle, and Vinny Nardelli, the left guard, as they push back on that left side of their offensive line. And they're pretty good, and they love that ball control, and they would love to keep the game close. And you never know when a good disciplined team can take advantage of a turnover.
And only one senior, and you know, seniors, if you're going to have one senior on the offensive line, it always seems to be a center, you know, kind of a leader type guy, and Quentin Maynard. Second down and a yard. Guandolo. Snap. Stinson, right tackle, turns the corner, has more. 50, 40, knocked down at the 43-yard line by the safety, Justin Hansen. But he turned the corner. There was nobody there, and Tim Hyder saved a bigger run down to the 43, and a gain of 12 for Xavier Stinson. We got a track meet going on.
And at the line of scrimmage, we mentioned once again, and what now Chaminade-Madonna is doing is they're getting a good push, and they're containing the front three of Robert E. Lee, and Amika Wankwo along with Kamir Aiken, the wideout, made a nice seal block as well, along with Wankwo on the right side.
6:20 to go, third quarter. 21-14, Robert E. Lee, the defending 5A Division I champions, but that's last year. They're working on this year, leading by 7. Jamal Cook to the near side. Actually, that is 17, Antonio Tanksley in the slot. Lee looks like they're coming with the blitz. They back off, and there's a flag for delay of game. Boy, that's a drive killer right there, and it's going to cost Chaminade-Madonna 5 yards back to the 48-yard line. Very nice crowd on the home side, and a scattered few people on the far side as well who are interested in seeing what this team from Florida was going to bring. And anyone, and I think what happened during the offseason is as much as media's fault and my fault maybe as anyone, a lot of talk was about all the technical deals going on with that game up in Ohio. And Chaminade-Madonna, in fact, Mark Guandolo, his assistant, Donahue Kinsey, said, I think maybe everyone's forgetting about us. And,
that's a good point.
I don't think that's what Mike Owens and them were doing.
No.
But I think there was so much talk about that national game up there. And believe me, these guys are right there in the thick of it as well. 1st and 15 at the Lee 48. Shotgun, Guandolo. Here comes the blitz. Throws, pass, incomplete. And Aiken that time kept going. Beard was there in the area, and that pass goes incomplete. It's now 2nd and 15, and Jonathan Moore comes in the blitz and may have forced Guandolo to throw that thing early.
Yeah, he did have to throw it early. I think he wanted to throw it on a fly pattern, 15 or so yards downfield. Instead, he throws it about 8 yards downfield as if it was going to be a curl out pattern. But a nice job also up front from Colby Ray and Roderick Brown on the pursuit.
5 minutes, 35 seconds remaining, 3rd quarter. 2nd down and 15 for the Lions at the Lee 48-yard line. Tankersley and also Aiken far side. Split backs. Guandolo now wants Floyd to go to the other side. Play clock at 1. He got it off. Guandolo draw play. Floyd up the middle. Man, is he a good running back. My goodness, he's so good at being able to find the seams, and he always leaning forward. And they have really hurt Lee with the draw plays with that quickness against Lee's great pursuit. Gain of 12, and it sets up 3rd and 4.
Yeah, it's the 2nd or 3rd time tonight they've done that. But Guandolo does a great job of selling it.
Yes,
he steps up with a pump fake, and he turns right back around and hands it off to the little quick guy, and he just weaves his way through for a nice 12-yard pickup.
He's now 3rd and actually almost 3 at the Lee 36-yard line as the 5-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. Double tight set, that big offensive line. McKenzie in the middle for Lee. They hand it off to Stinson, and he's very close and stopped about a yard short of a 1st down. George Faber and Michael Wall, the junior and senior linebackers, and McKenzie was in the middle there, trying to get mixed up, and here comes the big one, Royce Lee, the 260-pound junior, and here come, they've gone for it at their own 47. You know they'll go for it here. 4th down and a yard. Chaminade-Madonna at the Lee 34-yard line.
They're 2 of 3 on this evening, David, on 4th down tries. They're 1 of 7 now on 3rd down conversions, leading them to have to try for it on 4th down.
Double tight set. Split backs. Guandolo. Unbalanced line to the far side. Hands it off to Floyd. 1st down. Touchdown. 10-5. We're a point away from a tie. Willie Floyd slices off the right-hand side. They had an unbalanced line. I'm not sure Lee's defense recognized that. 34 yards, and we're almost tied up again.
Well, they're now 3 of 4 on 4th down conversions. They get a nice clear-out block from Amiko Wankwo, the big right tackle, and they just slide that trap play to the right side. Nobody home for Robert Ely on that side. And, of course, you give Willie Floyd that kind of break, and he dances in the end zone.
Yeah, that time he also did a good job of getting his balance. But you saw the unbalanced line. They had only 2 offensive linemen on the near side. And here comes Chaminade-Madonna. Here's a flag down as Lee has players running off the field during the extra point.
Illegal substitution.
Got to be an illegal substitution against Lee, although Chaminade-Madonna was the team that had not enough players in the field, and that's going to cost Lee half the distance. And you wonder with that big old offensive line if that might make Mark Guandolo think a little bit more about what to do here or take it on the kickoff. But Willie Floyd got to the line of scrimmage. That wasn't the problem getting the 1st down. It was a matter of whether somebody could wrap him up, and he is a track star, no question about it. And here comes the extra point just a little bit closer. Kent Clancy, the deep snapper, and Reining is the holder. Here comes the snap with 4:08 to go, 3rd quarter. Kind of stunned this Lee crowd with that easy touchdown run, and it's tied up at 21. 4:08 to go, 3rd quarter. Back in 1 minute on News Talk 600 KTBB.
The DQ Caramel Latte Resistance Test.
Begin.
Oh! Okay.
The irresistible new DQ Caramel Latte. Gooey caramel, rich coffee, and creamy DQ soft serve. DQ, something different.
Cool off during Don's summer savings with a free Golden Brook ice cream party pack. Buy any freezer from our huge selection and get this ice cream party pack absolutely free. For a limited time while supplies last, buy any refrigerator in stock and get the free ice cream party pack plus these additional Dairy Pride items. Ask about our no down payment, no interest, and no payments financing. Only at Don's TV and Appliance can you get same-day delivery guaranteed and free ice cream party packs. One more reason, Don's is your get more store.
Back at Trinity Mother Frances Rose Stadium in Tyler, Chaminade-Madonna and a touchdown run by Willie Floyd has tied the game up at 21.
Scoring drive that time for Chaminade-Madonna. 6 plays, 68 yards in 3 minutes and 8 seconds. And the speedster, Willie Floyd, takes it to the house from 34 yards
Floyd is putting on a show like Jason Williams is. He has 14 carries for 165 yards in that touchdown. Remember, he almost had a real long one earlier, but stumbled inside the 10. Very deep kick. This is Josh Oliver, the sophomore, at the 10, at the 5, 15 at the 20, out to the 25. I was going backwards there. And the little sophomore, who had a big spring game, gets Lee in nice field position out to the 30-yard line, and he can scoot. And here come the Red Raiders now with the offensive line of Kirkpatrick, Carlton, Bailey, Trimble, and Landis. Fleet, the tight end. And this is a track meet now at 21 apiece here in the third quarter with still 4:01 to go in a game that started so much later than it was anticipated because of that cell or two that came through East Texas. One of them, the second one was the first one was kind of a scary one. Preston Hill to Jason, left tackle, bounces it outside, 30, and got a couple of yards, and that is it. And that time the team speed of Xavier Stinson, who's now playing a lot of linebacker and fullback at the same time, and De La Gal. And remember, Corliza went out, and he's not back in the game. And Stinson, who's already a guy that comes in as a linebacker at times anyway, makes the stop at a gain of just 2 for Jason Williams. 177 yards and 18 carries.
They're able to fight through their blocks, David, and do a good job as they have Stinson in the game, and he's quite formidable as well at 5'9", 225, and powerful.
Second down, Lee, Preston Hill, play action, bootleg, wants to throw the screen pass, got a man, oh, he can't find Fleet, who he kind of got tied up with Stinson that time. If that ball was thrown where it was supposed to be, Stinson was there as much as Tyler Fleet, the tight end, was. And the passing game for Lee obviously struggling so far. Very nice little drag pattern. Tyler caught a 2-point conversion, remember, with that same play in the state championship game. Here is a big third down for Robert E. Lee.
Well, they've yet to attempt to pass to Jonathan Williams, who is probably going to be their possession receiver this year. Let's see, he's coming to the ball game along with Jacob Amy. Let's see if one of those get the toss.
He got a lot of size, and Lee's now going to get a 15 penalty here as Nathan Tucker comes off the field. And that's an illegal substitution against Robert E. Lee. Boy, that is a critical 5-yard mark-off. Early season mistakes. And Nathan Tucker came off the field as I was about to say they're going to send 3 receivers to the near side. Then I realized Nathan was trying to get off the field, and Michael Mason now comes out. And now instead of third down and somewhat manageable 7 or 8, it's third down and 13. And Chaminade-Madonna's defense starting to kind of dance a little bit, jacked up over the chance to get the ball back to their offense, which just scored. 3:19 to go, third quarter. Jackson and Amy far side, Jonathan Williams near side. Shotgun Preston Hill. Watch the middle screen here. Preston has blitz over the middle, pass incomplete, under the thrown. The intended receiver was Marcus Jackson, who wasn't quite there, and the ball goes to the turf, and Robert Lee is going to be punting the ball. And boy, the crowd right now, the air has been taken out of this home crowd.
Yeah, it has with that last drive by Chaminade-Madonna to tie up the game, and now Lee goes quickly 3 and out. It's going to be incumbent upon their defense or their special teams to make a play now.
And Chaminade-Madonna makes this long trip, all of the adversity, and they got to look up and say, hey, we're on the road, we're here now, tied, and we got the ball coming at us. They got 10 men coming at this punt as well. Preston Hill, the punt, gets a nice snap, gets it off, nice high punt. This is Auguste at his 40, makes the catch, and he'll start the drive for Chaminade-Madonna inside lead territory at the 49-yard line. Justin Hansen that time with a stop, but the Lions will start the drive tied up at the lead 49. The defense needs some penetration. They need a big play.
33-yard punt for Preston Hill, David, his second punt of the evening, and a 7-yard return, actually a 9-yard return for Auguste for Chaminade-Madonna.
They were trying to come at him that time, and a good job by Lee to at least ward off of that. Preston Hill with a 33-yard punt. 3:06 to go. We talk about Josh Hill and what he did as a quarterback last year, but he led the district in punting last year, near 40 yards per punt. Here comes the Lions, double tight set, split backs behind Guandolo. They take it to the fullback. Stinson breaks a tackle, has room outside 45, has a first down 40, and the big fullback is starting to wear down the lead defense here, and it's first down at the 37-yard line. Hyder, the safety, makes a stop.
George Faber, though, had him in the backfield along with Jacoby McKenzie, and he just bounced right off both of them and then spun his way back out to the right side and picked up a nice gain of 13 yards from Madonna.
2:55 to go. Chaminade-Madonna, the quarterback, Guandolo, comes up from the sideline and will call the play. Double set again. They have Stinson and Floyd, who are split backs, kind of a multiple wing tee. Gongora split far side, Aiken H-back near side. Double tight set. Guandolo, Floyd bounces outside, nowhere to go, brought from behind by Jacoby McKenzie, and the senior makes a huge play for the lead defense in the first penetration we've been able to see in a while, and it's a big one. -3 on the carry, second down and 13.
And they're going to have to do that, David. When they've stopped them a few times tonight, it's been because they've gotten that nice push off the line of scrimmage and beaten the blocks. And Lee is much smaller, obviously, but they're also a little bit quicker, and they have to keep doing that to make this game winnable.
Second down 13, just inside the Lee 40-yard line. Crowd is again kind of quiet here tonight. It's a huge drive in this game. Guandolo breaks the tackle, breaks the huddle. They got kind of a different slot receiver far side, unbalanced line again to the far side. Guandolo, play action, rolls to his right. He's got a caravan, throws, pass caught, no, dropped at the 32. He could have run with that thing as well. Throws the ball incomplete. Nice job by Lee's Adrian Beard and Justin Hansen in the area. 3rd and 13 for the Lions.
Nice coverage, and he had pressure that forced him outside by Matt Uzel along with Jacoby McKenzie again as they beat off their blocks to force out Guandolo, and he throws the ball incomplete behind his receiver.
They again went unbalanced line with just 2 offensive linemen left to the center, Maynard, but they had a receiver split and kind of a slot receiver. Aiken will come out. 3rd and 13 for the Lions at the Lee 39. There's a few people getting up to make some noise. T.J. Mitchell on the wing, he can run too. Lee with a 4-man front. Guandolo, long count, takes the snap, runs the wing back, reverse to Mitchell, and Jacoby McKenzie eats him up. They ran kind of that lead little wham play, and that time McKenzie stopped him after T.J. Mitchell picked up 3 yards at the 37, and you would think 4-down territory for Chaminade-Madonna.
And Chaminade-Madonna has had success with the draw plays, but that time they go back to the wing-back reverse or the misdirection and only pick up a 3-yard gain.
4th down and 10. Willie Floyd checks back in. They're going to take out Joe Dawson, who's number 69, the third, or the tight end. Jonathan Moore checks in for Hansen. Aiken, Gongora, Cook, all 3 wideouts. 4th down, tied at 21. Guandolo, back to throw, over the middle, pass, caught, touchdown, Chaminade-Madonna. There's a flag down. There is a flag down in the backfield. It may be coming back. What a nice throw, though, by Guandolo. Aiken, touchdown, holding against Chaminade-Madonna. And that flag was on the ground as Guandolo was throwing the pass.
And it's going to be up front on number 74, Edward Ferguson. He's really upset, and applauding on the field is George Faber. I believe he caught him around the waist to hold him up as he had beaten him, and Guandolo delivers a nice strike 25 yards downfield. The receiver had beaten everybody. He was wide open.
Well, there was a safety very close. He just couldn't quite get over there in time. It was a nice throw by Guandolo, but again, he had a lot of time, and there might have been a reason for that. But nice catch by Kamar Aiken, 6'3", 195-pound junior, but Lee's defense gets a huge break, and it's now 4th down and 20.
And they're going to punt for the first time.
Is that a 15-yard penalty they marked off?
It looked like it, yes.
Actually, they marked that thing off 17 yards. Yeah, okay, now they're making the adjustment back to the 47-yard line. That's where it should be. So now 53 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, tied at 21. Ruckel back to kick. Ryan Ruckel, the punter. Back deep for Lee is Josh Oliver. Ball almost punt. Oh, there's a personal foul against Matt Uzel. This is going to cost Lee the ball. That could be a 15-yard personal foul as Matt Uzel was getting close to the punter, knocked him down, and this could be a personal foul and could give Chaminade-Madonna a first down. It all depends on the call. Personal foul, it's a first down against, yeah, he knocked him down pretty good though. He didn't mean to, he tried to, and it's a good job by the punter to go down, and this is going to give Chaminade-Madonna the ball. First down at the Lee 31-yard line. 15-yard personal foul. Mike Gilbert, the referee from the Tyler chapter, with the call, and the Lions get a new breath of fresh air here.
And he calls a personal foul, David, and it's a huge penalty against Robert E. Lee because it wipes out a nice stop for their defense, and now you're going to have Chaminade-Madonna geared right back up at the 32. As
and the lead defense again had just given up that slant pattern. Now they got someone, Jacoby McKenzie. This is a time for somebody to step up, make a big play. Quentin Nicholson. But now you would think with the ball down to a minute left in the first half, 41 seconds left third quarter, Chaminade-Madonna go back to that grinding offense with Floyd and Stinson.
Well, that's what they ought to do, and they probably will. They've thrown the ball, and they've run off some misdirection to keep Lee off balance as well.
Aiken, Gongora, and Cook split. Guandolo, the quarterback. Draw play, Floyd, 30, 25, got about 7. And again, that's almost a semi-Statue of Liberty type draw play that is literally getting huge chunks of yardage. Faber with a nice stop at a gain of 7 for Floyd.
It's freezing the Lee front, and when he brings that ball up like he's going to throw the ball, they kind of freeze or want to put pressure in, and then the flow comes out around him, and the running back Floyd takes off and picks up yardage on every single one of those plays.
So closing in on the end of the fourth quarter, 10 seconds to go, fourth quarter, second down and 3 at the 26-yard line. And they will not get the snap off in time. And we will head to the fourth quarter with our score. Robert E. Lee 21, Chaminade-Madonna 21. That's the end of 3. We've got a quarter to go, and Chaminade-Madonna at the Lee 26.
Hi, I'm Whitney at Mike Powell Auto Group, where if you give us a chance, we will save you money. There's still time to save with Employee Pricing Plus on new Jeeps. You pay what we pay and not a penny more. If a new Mazda is what you're looking for, save on Ultimate Zoom Zoom with the Mazda S plan exclusively here at Mike Powell. Now is the best time ever to save on new Mazdas and Jeeps. Help us fight hunger in East Texas. Come take a test drive and we'll provide enough food for a hungry child for a week. Mike Powell, going the extra mile against hunger.
Throughout this game, they've been tied at 7 and 14 and 21. Every time they've taken the lead, Chaminade-Madonna has come back to tie the game, and now the Lions of Hollywood, Florida, down inside the Lee 30-yard line on second down and about 3 as the ball rests just outside the 25 as we start the fourth quarter. Lee's defense gave up the touchdown. They got the big call on the holding thing that brought it, the holding call that brought it back, but then the personal foul that rejuvenates the drive for the Lions. And it's second down and 3. Floyd, by the way, picked up 16 carries for 169 yards in the third quarter. Overall, through 3. And Jason Williams for Lee, 18 for 177. Those two have put on a show. Tight end is Dawson near side. Double tight set. Split backs behind Guandolo. That multiple wing T. Big, huge offensive line. Guandolo to Stinson. Right tackle, 25-20 in the secondary. 15, down inside the 10, breaks a tackle, down inside the 10, first and goal, Lions, as Xavier Stinson picks up about 19 yards.
And they've taken over the ball game, David. They really dominated the third quarter, at least possession time-wise. They had almost 9 minutes to a 3-minute advantage over Robert E. Lee, as Robert E. Lee was really lackluster except for the long run by Jason Williams for their only score of the third quarter.
So Xavier Stinson now with 79 yards on 12 carries, as Chaminade-Madonna's gone inside the lead 10 with 11:40, clock's ticking as we've just started the fourth quarter. Stinson and Floyd, double tight set. Guandolo, Floyd, hitting the backfield, breaks a tackle down close to the 7. Nice job by Jonathan Moore that time. Also in on the stop, Adrian Beard, who got a little helmet in there. Royce Lee comes in. Here comes number 71 for Robert E. Lee, Mark Brotherton. as they go with the jumbo defensive set on 2nd and goal from the 5.
And it was Jonathan Moore with the initial contact, 3 yards in the backfield. He rolled him around, and it took Beard and a couple other Red Raiders to make the tackle.
2nd down and 5. 1 minute into the 4th quarter. They went to that unbalanced line again to the near side. Play clock is at 13. Dawson, the tight end. Split back Xavier Stinson, about 4 yards behind Guandolo. In motion, Gongora. Long count. Wiggles. Here comes a flag. Too much time. Oh, that's a big mistake, Jamie.
Quarterback Guandola there trying to get his receiver to go in motion. He didn't see the signal to do so. That ended up costing him an extra 3-4 seconds, and that caused the delay of game.
5 yards. Now, remember early in the game when Floyd ripped off that long 60-plus yard run, Chaminade-Madonna got down to the 2-yard line. Uzel made a big play, and then they had a couple of miscommunications down here. So this end zone has been tough on the Lions, who scored a lot of their points, of course, in the 3rd quarter to the west side and northwest side of the end zone. Clock restarts. Now 1st and goal from about the 10. 2nd down, Floyd, left tackle. He's going to get into the end zone and score. Touchdown, Chaminade-Madonna. He had a huge hole off the left-hand side as Goldman and Wakewell that time pulled and had a huge gaping hole for Floyd to score.
He went from 10 yards out, David, that trap play. If it's not the delay, it's a trap play that's gotten that young man into the open every time. Give credit to Edward Ferguson, Vinny Nardelli, and Quentin Maynard towards the left-hand side as they pushed open the lead defense, and 10 yards out goes Willie Floyd for yet another touchdown tonight for Floyd.
And it looks like now that Chaminade-Madonna, they've had the ball so much in the second half that they're wearing down the defense's lead. Now falls behind for the first time. 28-21, the Lions of Hollywood, Florida lead by 7. Back in 1 minute on News Talk 600 KTBB.
In the game of life, there are no timeouts, only time wasted. The path you choose now determines your future. But where can you go to find a sense of purpose? There is a place where team spirit steps off the field and into the classroom, where no victory goes unnoticed, and there's no such thing as wasted time. That place is Tyler Junior College, living life in color, never black and white. Come to Tyler Junior College. We're changing the game. We're changing lives.
Car shopping can be stressful. With all the clutter out there, it's hard to tell what to buy. But at Jim Lozier's Fire Station Auto Center, we believe that the simplest way is the best way. So we offer a large selection of quality pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, priced to sell with no hassles. Each vehicle has been through a 20-point inspection for quality assurance. You can shop in comfort under the awnings and check out our newly expanded lot with more inventory than ever before. Jim Lozier's Fire Station Auto Center on the corner of Glenwood and Vine and Tyler.
For the first time this year, Robert E. Lee has fallen behind. Chaminade-Madonna has scored a couple of consecutive touchdowns, and that one continued on the personal foul that extended the drive and a 10-yard run from Willie Floyd.
9 plays, 49 yards for Chaminade-Madonna, and 4:35 as they have continued to chew up large amounts of time.
Here's Seaton at about the 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 out close to the 30-yard line, and finally knocked out of bounds. Very tough run by Marquise Seaton, who gives Lee pretty good field position, and they've started the last couple of drives right about this point, but the offense has not been able to get going. Remember, they lost 4,963 yards off their offense. The offense actually looked pretty sharp against DeSoto last week. Well, did you see what Euless Trinity did to DeSoto? 46-10 last night up at Pennington Field in Bedford.
Well, this would be a good chance for Lee to get their air game going tonight, because really they've done next to nothing through the airwaves.
2 of 4 for 20, well, 2 of 4 for Preston Hill for 14 yards, and Nathan Tucker comes out, then he comes back in. Offset I. Fleet is the H-back, and now looks like Chaminade-Madonna is going to bring a blitz. Here they come. Preston in trouble, rolls to his right, throws out of bounds. Here comes a flag. Going to be a grounding call against Preston, because I don't think he threw the ball back across the line of scrimmage, even though he was outside of the pocket. He did not throw the ball past the line of scrimmage, and that could be a penalty against Robert E. Lee. We'll see what the call is from referee Mike Gilbert. Mark Guandolo talking to the official, and they got some pressure that time on Preston. And I think this is going to be grounding, or intentional grounding. Yep, it is. It wasn't that he was outside the pocket. It was that he was not able to get the ball back to the line of scrimmage, and there was no receiver in the area. If he just tossed it out of bounds into the seats, it would have been a 2nd down and 10. So they lose the down as well. And boy, right now Lee's offense struggling, but that is kind of what you expected this first couple of weeks with the young players involved. Bailey, the center. Jason Williams. This has also taken Williams in the running game out of the game for a little bit. Shotgun. Williams, reverse, 20, 25. Well, it didn't take him out of this run. He's got a 1st down. Very well job. Nice job by the offensive line. He got 16 yards. Jason Williams on that little Statue of Liberty play. And a very good job of selling the play by Preston Hill.
Well, he gets a nice pull block, too, from Chase Carlton from the left guard position. He rolls back to the far side. He takes out number 15, Kit Clancy, and that's where Jason Williams finds his hole and weaves his way for a nice pickup.
Very nice job. Very well-designed play by Dow Wynn and Gary Fleet on the offensive end. 1st down, Lee at their 40-yard line. Preston to Jason, left tackle, took a shot, leaned forward for about 2 or 3 anyway. Cleo Edwards came up, and so did the safety, Jordan De La Gall, to give Jason Williams a stick, but he leans forward anyway and still picked up 3 yards. He is a tough, solid running back, and now at 196 yards tonight.
Yeah, David, and he's going to be the workhorse at least the first few weeks until Lee gets all their little nicks ironed out, if you will, in the passing game and also on the ground.
All right, 9:19 to go, 4th quarter. 28-21, Chaminade-Madonna from Hollywood, Florida. 2 receivers near side. Far side, Williams. No setbacks, runs the middle screen. That is Tyler Fleet. Midfield, 40. Down to the 40-yard line. That's a pickup of 20 yards and a very well-designed play. And again, great job by Preston Hill to sell the play. De La Gall makes the stop at a gain of 20 for Robert E. Lee.
Yeah, it was a beautiful play, and as the blitz came in, the Lee lineman released, and then Tyler Fleet just comes underneath about 8 yards across the middle of the field, and his quarterback finds him for a nice big gainer.
Big drive here. They had a 2nd and 13 after the grounding call, and they get 16 from Jason Williams, 20 from Hill to Tyler Fleet. Amy in the slot, goes motion far side, tight end that way. They run the stretch. Jason bounces outside, 40, 35, 30. 1st down, leans inside the 30 to the 27-yard line. Tyler Fleet with the seal block on the outside, and Lee kickstarts the drive. Well, these young kids playing their hearts out right now in a gain of 17.
And they get a great block, too, as Trimble pulls out from the right guard, and also John Landis with a nice seal block, as you mentioned. Tyler Fleet there on the blocking as well. And J-Train picks up another big chunk, and now he's over 200 yards on the evening.
His first start, he's at 213 yards on 21 carries. At the Chaminade-Madonna 25-yard line. Lone setback. Motion. Jonathan Williams. Near side. Preston runs the stretch. Williams, 30. Leans down to the 21-yard line. Michael Mason almost got his guy out of the way, but he tripped over the defender that time, number 4, Johnny Santelinas. He got 4. Santelinas is a 6'1", 180 senior, 2nd and 6.
Yeah, and he also got another good pull block, this time from Chase Carlton on the left side, pulling back out. And Michael Mason also with a nice block up front for Robert E. Lee.
So it's 2nd down and 6 with 7 minutes, 45 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter here in Tyler, Texas on News Talk 600 KTBB. Double tight set. Jason, right tackle, pulls. 25, 20, 15, 10, touchdown! Jake Kirkpatrick with another great pull, and Tyler Fleet and Michael Mason downfield. Jason Williams takes over that drive. 7:31 to go, an extra point away from tying the game up.
And he rolls off initially off Cleo Edwards, the linebacker who came in on a blitz and tried to stop him. He just kind of pushed him out of the way and followed those blockers behind Landis and Kirkpatrick to the right side with a pull from Kirkpatrick and takes it in for 6 and the extra point upcoming.
Here comes the hold now by Mullins. The kick by Cleaver is up, and it is good. Hey, give Matt Mullins and Joseph Cleaver first ever action at the varsity level. They hit a clutch extra point. We're tied at 28. 7:31 to go. Live on News Talk 600 KTBB.
The DQ Caramel Latte Resistance Test.
Begin.
No! Okay.
The irresistible new DQ Caramel Mou Latte. Gooey caramel, rich coffee, and creamy DQ soft serve. DQ, something different.
Cool off during Don's summer savings with a free Golden Brook ice cream party pack. Buy any freezer from our huge selection and get this ice cream party pack absolutely free. For a limited time while supplies last, buy any refrigerator in stock and get the free ice cream party pack plus these additional Dairy Pride items. Ask about our no down payment, no interest, and no payments financing. Only at Don's TV and Appliance can you get same-day delivery guaranteed and free ice cream party packs. One more reason, Don's is your get more store.
Hi, I'm Whitney at Mike Powell Auto Group, where if you give us a chance, we will save you money. There's still time to save with Employee Pricing Plus on new Jeeps. You pay what we pay and not a penny more. If a new Mazda is what you're looking for, save on Ultimate Zoom Zoom with the Mazda S plan exclusively here at Mike Powell. Now is the best time ever to save on new Mazdas and Jeeps. Help us fight hunger in East Texas. Come take a test drive and we'll provide enough food for a hungry child for a week. Mike Powell, going the extra mile against hunger.
We appreciate Dusty Rhodes Marine along with so many of our great sponsors that bring you Lee football on News Talk 600 KTBB.
Robert E. Lee scoring summary, David. 8 plays, 72 yards, and 238. And capping it off once again for his 4th touchdown of the evening is the J-Train, Jason Williams.
7 minutes, 31 seconds to go in this track meet shootout. Two nationally ranked teams. Two teams that have won state championships in the last couple of years. There's a squib kick, and Madonna's going to pick it up. Now it's on the ground. They get back to it at the 33-yard line. Oh, Jordan De La Gaulle that time. De La Gaulle almost made a big mistake, but recovers the ball at his own 33-yard line. He was upset. He felt like there might have been a late hit, but somebody slid into him. And that would have been a huge call. 33-yard line, and hey, we're starting to get into this Jason Williams situation, guys. They have had some unbelievable I-backs. From the time Mike Owens arrived, Joffrey Reynolds, who's playing now in the Canadian Football League, Keandre Smith, Tyrone Ross, John Porter, of course, Derek Farmer had 2 carries, 31 yards for the Chargers last night, and now Jason Williams enters the picture. Lee's defense trying to get encouragement from the crowd. Wandolo up the middle. Not much there. Got about 3. Jonathan Reyes that time. His first carry of the game out to about the 32. Oh, they got him a great spot at the 32-yard line. I didn't think he got back to the 35. Excuse me, the 37-yard line.
Yeah, Taj Lee on the tackle, too, is the run came to the right side, and Lee's there to make a tackle for Robert E. Lee. About a 3-yard gain, David.
Out to the 36-yard line. It's 2nd down and 7. Clock at 6:56. Chaminade-Madonna tied at 28 with Robert E. Lee. Reyes a little confused. Wandolo back to throw. Aiken pass caught at the 40, drilled at the 41, short of the first down. Nice job by Justin Hansen and Adrian Beard to then force him out of bounds. Jansen Rule was there, and so was Michael Waltz. 3rd down at about 2 at the 41.
Taj Lee, there was 5 or 6 red shirts swarming after the catch was made by Aiken. As he caught the ball in a little 4-yard dump out, he tried to come back inside, but he was met rudely by 4 or 5 Red Raiders, and a big 3rd down upcoming.
Colby Ray now in the game for Robert E. Lee at defensive end. George Faber, the middle linebacker, trying to find a defense to call. Boy, everybody's on their feet. 6 minutes to go in the game. We're tied at 28. It's been a great one. Everything you could imagine. Guandolo. Here comes Lee with a blitz. Oh, they got a man seamed on the 45. 1st down at the 47, 8-yard line. And that time it was Alex Blucher, who starts at cornerback, and Tim Hyder may have saved a touchdown. He got 8 yards out near midfield. It's 1st down for the Lions.
Well, that trap play has really eaten Lee alive. It's probably 8 or 9 times that it's picked up at least 7 to 10 yards or more per carry, and just that misdirection is really hurting Lee, and a big 1st down for Chaminade.
And now you got to start watching the clock a little bit. Under 6 minutes to go. 1st and 10. Lions at the 49-yard line. They stack receivers far side. Guandolo with Stinson back in the game. He was playing defense, got a little rest. Guandolo, Floyd bounces outside, turns the corner. No, he does not, and a flag comes down. What a great play defensively for Robert E. Lee on the outside. George Faber and Wankwo, the right tackle, may have gotten called for a hold on Justin Hansen, and he did as he wrapped around number 22. The 275-pound junior manhandled the senior, Justin Hansen. Ryan Goldman was there as well, I think, who might have gotten his hand in the cookie jar. But Lee's defense that time got Floyd to the perimeter and shut him down.
Well, they did just that. They did a better job of
you got
containment.
to take the penalty here, right?
Oh, without a doubt, to push him back, because you've got to stretch out the field and make it longer for this team, because obviously they're better at running the football than they are passing. But that being said, let's see what happens, and they're going to take the penalty.
It took 3 officials. Mike Gilbert, again, the lead official. Now they'll mark it off. It was kind of a, not sure if they were trying to figure out where the flag was. Was it ahead of the line of scrimmage or where they would mark it off? It was not. And it's back to the 39-yard line. 5:27 to go. Boy, some of those lights in the scoreboard are a little bit off, and so it's kind of a 5 and a 3 look similar. 5:27 to go. And they'll wind the clock up again. 1st and 20, Chaminade-Madonna. 28-28 game at Trinity Mother Francis Rose Stadium. Aiken near side. They pitch it over to Floyd. He cuts it up 40. Hit from behind. What a great play by Matt Uzel, the senior, 6 foot 213, because Floyd was about to kick it into overdrive.
Made a nice little hole, and that's a good block by Wankwo again as he pulled out on the defensive end, but trailing the play, and a nice alert stop that time from Uzel to pick him up after a gain of about 6.
He got 6 yards. Willie Floyd's having a night, 19 carries for 188 yards. 4:50 to go in the game, clock running. 2nd and 13. Chaminade-Madonna at their 46-yard line. Unbalanced line to the near side again. Guandolo. Wing back counter, Floyd tripped up at the line of scrimmage by Jacoby McKenzie, who is playing with a broken hand and playing hard inside. It's 3rd and long.
He knifed through the block of Quentin Maynard, the center, that time to snuff out the trap play as they try to run misdirection. And that alertly, Jacoby McKenzie's playing like the senior all-star that he is, makes a nice stop.
So now you got to get on those receivers. You got to watch for that draw play to Willie Floyd, which has been effective for them. So you got to worry about that. Plus you got to worry about Guandolo trying to have you draw off sides to maybe make this more manageable. Crowd on their feet again. 3 receivers set, shotgun the senior. Mark Guandolo has time, over the middle, pass, incomplete. And Chaminade-Madonna is going to have to punt the football. Nice coverage by Hyder, the safety that time. But he had a lot of time, but he just couldn't find an open receiver. Great job by the secondary in coverage.
Yeah, they've had 2 or 3 times tonight where Guandolo has had plenty of time because there's not much of a push for Lee, but nonetheless, their secondary, which is probably a strong suit returning this year, makes a nice coverage. That time Quentin Nicholson there on the coverage is an overthrown pass.
So Chaminade-Madonna kind of gets down into Lee territory. The holding call calls this thing back. And back deep for Robert E. Lee is Marcus Jackson, who's the backup quarterback. Here's the snap, and he shanked it. It all depends on the bounce right here. Gets a pretty good bounce inside the Lee 29 to the 26-yard line. But they have pretty decent field position, just a 25-yard punt by Ruckel, as that thing kind of went off the side of his foot. Remember, the last time he punted the football, he got thumped. Wonder if he was looking for a rush that time. So here we go. Game tied at 28 on News Talk 600 KTBB. 3 minutes and 43 seconds to go. Jason Williams approaching what could be school record type yardage here.
If he can take over on this drive and get him down 70 or 75 yards, he'll cross over the 300-yard threshold or be right at it.
First down, Preston Hill, the senior. Tight end is Fleet, far side. Wing back reverse. Williams throws. Oh, he had a man wide open. Preston had a man open. He just couldn't get it to him. Kind of rushed it that time. And Nathan Tucker would have had a little room down the sideline. There was a man in his face. It was Kent Clancy, number 15, that forced him just to kind of throw that thing and not put enough on it, and it's now 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, it resembled a shot put, if you will. I think he wanted to finesse it, not underthrow too much, but he underthrew him by about 3 yards, and that'll just come with more experience for Preston as he gets more game action.
2nd down and 10. Tucker is now the I-back. Jason Williams will go into a pattern. Sideline pass. Amy caught it. First down, Jacob Amy. Well, you talk about a kid that's starting to mature more and more. Diving catch for 16 yards and a first down.
And that's the first time tonight we've seen that pattern even run, surprisingly, but they do complete it 16 yards downfield, and let's see if they can work the other side.
Yeah, but they had Walter Simpson, ran those out patterns about as well as you could, and plus he was a pretty big body, and I'm sure that before it's all said and done that we'll see Amy running those kind of patterns as well, along with Jonathan Williams. 3.5 to go. He did catch it out of bounds, but they said he hit the ground first, so the clock runs. Wingback reverse, Williams, right tackle, 40, bounces outside, 45, near midfield, gain of 7, maybe 8. 3:15 to go, Lee near midfield, tied at 28. Second down and 2.
Well, they get a nice push and a nice pull that time from Mario Trimble and John Landis on the right side as the swing of the motion comes from left to right to the backside for Robert E. Lee, and nice pickup of 7.
Here could be a pretty good chance. You know, they run that little quarterback kind of a naked bootleg. When you kind of get him one way, you try to come back the other way. Second down and 2, but you got the big man. Williams up the middle, Tucker breaks a tackle, 50, 45, breaks another one, keeps going, inside the 45. You know who would be proud of that run? My buddy Peyton Price.
You bet.
Gain of a 10. Peyton's up in Fort Worth playing for TCU, by the way. And a gain of 10 and a first down, and there's a player down for Chaminade-Madonna. 2 minutes and 42 seconds remaining in the game. We're tied at 28 on News Talk 600, KTBB.
He's up.
30.
Got a stinger.
Stop talking from behind me.
Yes, sir.
How much did he get? How much did he get? 10?
Yeah, right at
I guess
it.
I'm going to guess.
Yes. You called it already on the play.
Jamie? Anything at all? Okay. Xavier Stinson is going both ways right now, has the stinger it looked like, and he came off the field, probably see him back. First and 10, Lee at the 41 of Chaminade-Madonna. Stretch play, Williams breaks a tackle, 40, keeps going. Jason Williams, J-Train. Oh man, Jonathan Williams plowed into Auguste at the end of that play as it was still going on and knocked him down. Gain of about 6 off left tackle, and again he got hit at the line of scrimmage, kept going.
Yeah, he got hit by Santalissas at the line of scrimmage and just spun right off of him and kept chugging and churning, and it took Auguste and Jordan Delegal to bring him down in the secondary.
Under 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Who had the toughest offseason right now? Both of them probably did. Second down and about 3. J-Train, play action pass, Preston Hill. Wants to go over the middle. It's going to be picked off and dropped. I don't know who was there. He had Tyler Mason here on the sideline, and Preston throws it up, and Auguste dropped it. Lee gets a huge break on third down and 3 coming up.
But Jonathan Williams is running a slant, and I don't think he was running too hard after the football. Like, he pulled up, and the pass was cut off by Delegal, and should have had the interception, but he dropped it, and Lee is still in business. Auguste.
Akeem Auguste, the junior, and he could fly, and he would have had some room down the sideline. Third down and 3 for Lee at the 34 of Chaminade-Madonna. Man on man, Williams left tackle, first down, 30, 25, first down, Lee at the 25-yard line, gain of 9.
And he's getting 6, 7, 8, 9 yards or more every time he gets the football. Straight power football for Lee, falling behind Kirkpatrick, Carlton, Bailey, and Trimble from left to right, and they pick up 9 on the first down.
26 carries, 262 yards, and the clock at 1:35 minutes starts to wind down again. At the 26-yard line, Michael Mason, Tyler Fleet, the tight ends. Tucker and Williams are the setbacks. Preston, Jason, up the middle. Breaks it. No, he doesn't. Tried to get over the line. Nice job by number 4. Santalise has got a couple. Down to the 24. Clock becoming a factor. Cleo Edwards was there to stack it up. Second down and 8. Lee at the 24.
And Lee still has all 3 of their timeouts. Both teams do, really, and they're not using the timeouts as of yet, as we narrow down to 1 minute left in the ballgame.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you score, you want to score with basically nothing left.
That's right.
Jackson and Williams split wide. Jason Williams, the lone setback. Double tight set, Preston. Hill wants to throw, straight drop. Sideline pass. He's got a man open. Caught at the 10, at the 5, down to the 1. Carlton Williams with a great catch, then darts back to the middle, 23 yards. It's 1st and goal at the 1. 43 seconds remaining.
He runs a 15-yard curl pattern. Preston Hill puts it on the money on a rope. He makes the catch at the 10, cuts back inside, and wheels his way down to the 1-yard line, and Lee is set up shot, 1st and goal to go.
And clock runs at 40. Now you got to make sure you get the snap. You get the snap. Play clock at 15. Full house backfield. Preston Hill, man on man. Hill, Jason, doesn't make it. Did not make it. Still plenty of time. Down to 20. 2nd down and goal, and he just tripped up. He tried to spin away. Nice job that time by Edwards, Palacio, and Hayes for Chaminade-Madonna to stack it up. And it's 2nd down and goal. Lee has 2 timeouts remaining. We're tied at 28 with 20 seconds remaining in this game.
This drive started with 3:43 left in the final quarter, David. It's the 12th play upcoming for Robert E. Lee. They've done a great job of turning the tables, if you will, with time of possession here later in the game. And let's see if they can will themselves into the end zone and take this lead for good here in the last moment.
Preston Hill, 6'1", 201. Remember, Matt Flynn scored a bunch of quarterback keepers. And since you have the extra timeout or 2, not a bad option. But then again, neither is big Jason Williams. 6'3", 300-pound senior. Lynn Gibson has checked into the game, and he'll probably be the jumbo H-back. Chase Carlton comes out to give him a little bit more size in the offensive line. Now, with Lynn Gibson has just checked in, he's got to make sure he waits for the snap. 28-28. Robert E. Lee and Chaminade-Madonna. This has been everything we waited forever for the game, and it's been everything we waited for. From the 1, Preston, quarterback keep, pushes, touchdown! Touchdown! Robert E. Lee touchdown with 17 seconds to go in the game. Remember Matt Flynn?
Yeah, same
Jamie Lent, you get a pretty good angle on that one.
No doubt about it, David, and a great effort by Preston Hill. Initially stopped, but slides over to the right side and goes right over the top of his right guard, diving into the end zone. A great second effort by Preston.
Joseph Cleaver. Now everyone's got to settle down who's all excited. They don't have a right man on the field for the kicking game, and you don't want to blow a timeout. If you have to, you will. Play clock is just started. Timeout, they're going to settle everyone down. 17 seconds remaining. We have had an amazing football game tonight in Tyler. 34-28, Robert E. Lee up by 6 with 17 seconds to go, and they call timeout to get the right player on the field.
You made the right call with the quarterback keeper. It's a sure thing as long as the connection's made from the center, and it did just that. Preston Hill just wheels it off behind Mario Trimble and Andrew Bailey for 6.
These offensive linemen, let's talk about Gary Fleet's Hogs, the big uglies. Some of them might be kind of handsome, I don't know, but they're offensive linemen. Kirkpatrick, Carlton, Bailey, Trimble, Landis, Lynn Gibson on that particular play. Here comes the extra point attempt. Mullins is the holder at the 10. Cleaver is the kicker, the sophomore. Snap, kick, up, blocked. It's blocked. And Cleaver goes and picks it up at the 20. Now that's important because of the fact that there are still 17 seconds to go. And Jamie, you've been kind of saying they've been getting closer and closer and closer to that extra point.
That's exactly right, David. It's Akeem Auguste on the outside. He had gotten close on 2 or 3 separate occasions. Makes a terrific play there, all out diving forward to get that one right in the middle of his arms.
All right, now you know, I tell you what, we've seen some amazing finishes in football before. The game here a long time ago when John Tyler and Robert E. Lee played, when Lumpy Wigware took a kickoff return and took about 45 seconds. There was Cal Stanford. There have been a lot of crazy things. Lee ran back a kickoff one time in overtime, did they not? Or to force overtime late in the game against Bryan. Wasn't that, Randy, your first year?
Yeah,
96,
exactly
I think it
right,
was. And 34-28. Now, 17 seconds remaining. Chaminade-Madonna does have all 3 timeouts left. Lee now has to try to make sure they kick it. Try to see if Chaminade will try to run around a little bit and take some more time off the clock, but you don't want to give it to those guys with the speed.
No, you don't. And here's Robert E. Lee's scoring summary, David. 11 plays, actually, 74 yards in 3:26. They took the ball over at 3:43, drove methodically down the field with a couple nice pass plays from Preston Hill to his receivers, and also behind the legs and the strength of Jason Williams.
Jamie, I was going to bring up that game between the Titans and Bills, but I didn't want to, but I couldn't help it. I mean, we're just talking about Lee has got to make sure that you get a body and a hands on everybody. Here comes the kickoff from Josh Burke at about the 40. 17 seconds left. Here comes the approach. Squibb kicks right to De La Gall at the 30. He goes straight to a knee. Boy, no time at all off the clock. 3 seconds come off the clock as Jordan De La Gall made a great job of just taking it and going to a knee. Boy, now you just, if you're a defensive coordinator, Randy Huffsticker up in the box, Jay Law on the field, Willie Williams and Jerry Reed, they're all going nuts right now. 34-28. Lee led 7-0, tied at 7. Led 14-7, tied at 14. Led 21-14, tied at 21. Then they trailed 28-21, took the lead 28. Tied the game 28 and took the lead 34-28 with 14 seconds to go in the game. Guandolo, the quarterback, will go in the shotgun. 4 receivers. Someone get on Willie Floyd. From the 32, Guandolo wants to throw. Pressured, now rolls to the right. Throws, pass, caught at midfield. And then did he drop it or not? He did catch it. The clock will stop with 5 seconds to go in this game and timeout. 17 yards gives them a chance for a Hail Mary at their own 49-yard line.
He found his wide receiver, Kamar Aiken, pulling back inside as he rolled to the near side, chased outside too with a great defensive play up front. Was number 62, Daniel De La Cruz, applying the pressure, and he forced Guandolo outside and makes a connection for 17 and a timeout for CM.
All right, this is when you get everybody back that you can and you put your bodies, and you know, you sit there and talk about the defense. What you'd love to just see is somebody knife through and maybe knock him down, but he has had a lot of time when he's wanted to. Hey, Jacoby McKenzie flushed him from the pocket that time to force him to lose a few seconds, but he did complete the pass. So was Daniel De La Cruz involved there. 5 seconds remaining. Mark Guandolo, his father, of course, they made this long trip with the Lions. And even though we had to wait throughout the entire offseason, since we announced the game here on the radio station in March, had to wait for, as well, the kickoff, which was delayed. It has been everything that we thought, but there's still 5 seconds to go. Guandolo. His receivers will be Floyd, Aiken, Gongora, and Jamal Cook. Lee will have Ray, Brown, and Jacoby McKenzie. 3-man rush for Robert E. Lee. 5 seconds to go. They put 7 seconds on the clock now. Here's a snap, and it goes over his head, and here comes a flag down. And this is going to cost the, it doesn't hurt him really, it just cost him 5 yards, and the time will go back to 7 seconds on the clock. And the crowd has really come up for Lee tonight when they've been on defense into some clutch times.
Yes, it has, David, and going to force him back with a procedure call, false start.
Back to the 44. That is only the 4th penalty that I can think of against Chaminade-Madonna in this game. Jamie, Randy, you have me for 6 for 50 with 7 seconds to go in this game. Jamie Lent will have our post game. Brought to you by Pelche Chevrolet. Down in distance doesn't matter. Triple receivers near side. Mark Guandolo, no shotgun here. They run the draw to Willie Floyd, midfield. 45, he gets loose. 35, brought down. Ball game. Oh my goodness. What a gutsy call by Mark Guandolo to run the draw for 17 yards to Willie Floyd. And what a week this has been. Final score, Robert E. Lee 34, Chaminade-Madonna 28. Whew. Whew.
It's a warm one.
When you play good people, you have great endings, and that's what we had. And Lee showed a little moxie tonight, even though they were at home, Randy. to come from behind when things didn't look good in the fourth quarter, and they had a 2nd and 13 deep in their own territory.
Yeah, that's exactly right. The last 10 minutes of the game, they outscored Chaminade-Madonna 14-0.
Jamie Lent gets Mike Owens first, and then we'll, of course, continue the post game as well here on News Talk 600 KTBB, and the Lee offense grinds out over 300 yards in the ground. And Jason Williams with a huge game with 264 yards and 4 touchdowns, but it was Preston Hill who scored the deciding touchdown on the 1-yard quarterback sneak.
The DQ Caramel Latte Resistance Test.
Begin.
Oh! Okay.
The irresistible new DQ Caramel Latte. Gooey caramel, rich coffee, and creamy DQ soft serve. DQ, something different.
Cool off during Don's summer savings with a free Golden Brook ice cream party pack. Buy any freezer from our huge selection and get this ice cream party pack absolutely free. For a limited time while supplies last, buy any refrigerator in stock and get the free ice cream party pack plus these additional Dairy Pride items. Ask about our no down payment, no interest, and no payments financing. Only at Don's TV and Appliance can you get same-day delivery guaranteed and free ice cream party packs. One more reason, Don's is your Get More store.
When you join ETMC EMS, you get peace of mind. Because an annual membership fee as low as $48 covers you and all qualified members of your household for emergency and medically necessary non-emergency transports, which would cost an average of $600 each. And you get the added peace of mind of knowing that the region's most advanced EMS system will answer your call for help. Membership deadline is September 30th, so don't delay. Call or visit the website and join ETMC EMS today.
Thanks for watching High School Football. Presented by TISD and Cox Communications of Tyler. Brought to you by Dairy Queen. Also brought to you by these sponsors: